Day off mo, day off mo ngayon. Gawin mo na,
sa'yo,
ha?
paghandaan mo na.
At least meron tayong disclaimer.
Oo.
The views and opinions of
Of
Burrito,
Burrito may
does
not reflect the rest of
Okay.
the views and opinions of
Of
the
other
casters.
Yes,
Okay?
tama.
Yun lang po. Maraming salamat. Kung nakita nyo po si Burrito, tag nyo po siya, pero siya lang. Okay?
siya
Kasi siya na po yun. Problema niya po yun. Pero,
Kagagawan niya yun.
di ba, kalokohan niya yun, siya ang gagawa. Pero yung problema ay tila ba hindi naging problema para sa Oni PH, men. Kanina, we saw them just, you know, out. Ewan ko, para sa akin tila ba out of character sila. I feel like we're still gonna know more about that later in this game kasi posible na mapag-usapan natin yan kung ano ba yung naging tama at kung ano yung naging mali between these two teams. But that is Oni PH getting into game number 1. But to know more about this series, let's go to our hosts.
Super fans, welcome back to the sidelines. This is your very own Odin together with Thea. And right now, Dewa United is taking over MPL PH Arena. And I believe we have fresh faces here today.
That's right, Odin. Please join us in welcoming the Dewa United CEO, David, the very lovely Valine, and of course, ang mainit-init pa from MPL Philippines, Dewa United PH.
Wow! Welcome to the home of the champions, Dewa United. And I would like to talk first with Valine. Welcome back to the Philippines.
Thank you. Hello all. It's actually my second time here in Philippines. I'm so happy to come back.
Yes, we're so glad to see you again here. We've been with her during M5. She stayed here for quite some time. And how is it being back in MPL Philippines?
I'm really happy, not just in the MPL, but in the Philippines. I really love the food.
Wow! What's your favorite food here?
Basically everything that has pork in it. Very good.
Okay. And how is the crowd here in MPL PH Arena?
Actually, it's quite similar with MPL Indonesia. They're really lively. They're really supportive. When I'm going in, they were like really crowded and very supportive. I'm really happy to be here. It reminds me of MPL Indonesia.
Wow, and I believe so. They are very starstruck with their beauty. Thank you so much, Valine. And I want to talk to David, their CEO. Welcome to MPL PH. How is the crowd here in MPL PH?
Very, very good. Better from Indonesia.
Oh!
Ini the fans very, very.
They're
hot,
very passionate, just
Yeah.
like the Indonesian fans. David,
Yeah, Indonesian also same like this.
Yeah,
But in here the fans, if the match all come,
yes,
Yeah,
of
very
course.
good.
They're very supportive, and we are here with you with your MDL team.
yes, this is my team MDL.
I believe you're very proud of them right now because they've showed a great performance, especially yesterday. Let's introduce their MDL PH team, starting with Garasu. Introduce your IGN and your role, every player.
By the way, my name is Karasu, explainer of Dewa United PH.
Hi, I'm Draven, jungler ng Dewa United.
Hi, I'm Dak, Google laner ng Dewa PH.
I'm Meko, roamer ng Dewa.
Hi, I'm Jax, ex-player ng Dewa United PH.
Hi, I'm RKY, mid laner ng Dewa United PH.
And of course, guys, we want to know, coming from the MPL PH and now here at the MPL, how is the experience so far? Kamusta yung atmosphere, Karazu? Kamusta yung atmosphere? Have you enjoyed yourself here?
Yun nga. Bale, parang ganun pa rin. Parang medyo may kaba. Ganun talaga pag may crowd. Parang nakaka-inspire lalo maglaro na makapunta sa MPL kasi yun nga, ganito. Sobrang saya. Lalo na pag marami mong sasuporta sa'yo.
Siyempre, parang kaba at excitement ang nararamdaman nyo. Baka one day nandito na rin kayo, di ba? Pero kasi kahapon, nakita rin natin ang magandang performance nyo dahil natalo nyo rin ang defending champions. Ano pa ba i-expect namin sa Dewa MDL?
Expect nyo na lang, marami pa kaming lalabas sa mga susunod. So, abangan nyo na lang kami at supportahan.
Aabangan namin kayo at sino nga ba ang inaabangan nyo rin na makalaban? Yes, sino yan? Feel ko meron kayong binubulong kanina eh.
Ano, siguro Aurora.
Aurora. Okay, aabangan natin ang match na yan.
And you know, for Dewa, galing sila sa qualifiers to regular season, tapos ngayon nasa play-ins na kayo. Kamusta yung journey na yon? Masaya ba yung naging experience? Meron bang pressure?
Okay lang naman po.
Okay lang, hindi sila mukhang pressured. And again, thank you so much, Dewa United PH. Maraming salamat for being with us today. Of course, their MDL team, David, their CEO, and Valin, their brand ambassador. Let's throw it back to the casters.
Maraming salamat po sa Dewa United Philippines. That is, of course, one of our top MDL Philippines Season 7 squads dahil kani-kanina lamang, or in fact nakita natin sila that had just had a 4-1 victory in Group B of the group stage. Para po sa mga hindi nakakaalam, iba po kasi yung mga iba yung galawan doon eh, yung rankings, yung groupings, 'di ba? But to think na natalo nila yung defending champions already says a lot about this team.
At di lang yun ang nakuha nila sa kanilang panalo yesterday, but also ending the match win streak ng Twisted Minds Ruffled Era from Season 6. No match loss yun na.
Napakatindi.
Sila lang ang unang nagbigay ng match loss doon sa RWE.
Pagka parang i-expect mo na entering the season, wala pa rin ganong tatalo sa Twisted Minds Ruffled Era.
Oo.
It's a team na built para maging kampiyon, pero sila yung unang nakapagpatugo. And now, as we head on sa ating game number 2, Flying Clouds sa pipilian ng AB.
Yeah, I mean, just going back dun sa thought na napansin natin kanina, you guys are probably wondering, bakit ba natin hina-highlight yung mga MDL Philippines teams dito mismo sa MPL PH stage? That is exactly because yung nakikita nyong komposisyon ngayon ng AP Bren, galing po yan sa MDL. Eventually, you're gonna be seeing these faces that you once saw during the break na magpakita ang gilas dito mismo sa MPL stage. It's only gonna be a matter of time.
Tama.
We don't know when, but it will happen. Just like how for AP Bren, it happened para sa kanila. Pero nabanggit ni Joshi kanina na napili na ang mapa ng ating dalawang teams. For AP Bren, it's not how you would usually start off game number 1 dahil masyado silang maraming mga nakita or maraming mga lapses na naipakita during that very first game.
Pero to be honest, mas in-expect ko nga sana sa start today is expanding rivers and more so dangerous grass. Pero kabaliktaran yung mga nangyayari ngayon sa map prioritization ng mga teams natin. And even onto the broken wall, surprisingly, Joshi, doon medyo parang, what's happening? Sobrang ibang Onyx ang gumising today.
Parang, yung ano nga kung babalikan natin yung nangyari, kung yung sinabi natin kanina, AP Bren yung mas may tendency mag-broken walls. But the fact that Onyx Philippines already chose the broken walls and won over AP Bren on that game number 1, parang binibigyan talaga nila ng sobrang uncomfortability ang galaw ng AP Bren all throughout. Banning of the Fanny and the Kalea, I guess the Shojin would be contested by AP Bren at this moment. Hindi sila yung may responsibilidad na mag-ban nun. It's gonna be Onyx PH.
Part 2 kaya na may suyo na naman na tatanggalin itong Onyx PH. I mean, it is a definite possibility. But again, Joshi, a lot of people were saying na itong broken walls or broken walls na siguro yung pinaka-neutral na map for everyone in terms of the approach. But why exactly do teams pick up Flying Clouds right now? Meron ba specific meta na dapat malaman ng mga fans towards this?
Well, for Flying Clouds, ang laking bagay ng mabilis o agapang respo dahil nga mismo doon sa Flying Clouds. And it would really prevent a lot of jungle invasions, and that could be the answer of AP Bren. Kanina pa sila ginugulo sa jungle, and maybe this Flying Clouds would be an answer na kung mabilis makakarespo, even though mag-back ng mapaback yung mga members natin, at least merong way para makabalik ulit ng mabilis.
Siguro din more on the dive composition na pinaka nagbe-benefit din when it comes to the Flying Clouds. Dahil kapag namatay, they could easily go back to where the clash might happen, as well as sabi mo nga prevention din ng mga jungle invade na most likely ay ginagawa nga kaninang Onyx PH might continue for game number 2, pero yung suyo pa rin talaga ay hindi na inopen para sa game 2, Hans.
Kumbaga, yung Flying Clouds, pwede kang makabalik ng mabilis, pero ito wala kang babalikan na suyo eh. Naka-gray pare. Naka-gray, at yan yung isa sa mga sites na ayaw sanang makita ni James Banks, but this is gonna be a test of his character. I feel like nasabi niya nga kanina during the interview, again, para po sa mga nanonood, siya po ang nagsabi nito at hindi po kami. Sabi niya na
Siya.
pag no suyu, no win. It may be a joke, you know, but for Onyx Philippines, yan ang gusto nilang patunayan ngayon. Gusto
Yes.
nila na matone down itong si James Pang sa paggamit ng kanyang best hero para makuha nila ang panalo and to get themselves back into the winning column.
Looking back at this draft, my choice ang Onyx Philippines. Are you gonna give the Jushin or the Sora ang tatanggalin ng Onyx Philippines? Kung tatanggalin nila ang Jushin dito, that would give AP Bren the Valentina first pick. Pero kung di nila tatanggalin, instead of a Sora, i-force nila yung Jushin, tapos kukuha sila ng on the likes of Lilia, on the likes of Akimi, even Farsa, for super friends that could really reach that Jushin. Plus, getting a roamer na kayang mag toe-to-toe aggressive doon sa gagawin na lineup ng AP Bren.
Actually, yun nga yung kaninang hinanap natin yung Valentina na option din kung sakali. There are multiple mid-lane heroes that are open for game number 1 para hindi nga natin na-witness. Pero kung sakaling nga kunin Jushin, might as well lock in nga yung mga likes of Daksha pa rin here kung sakali. Just to limit yung traction na makukuha dito ni Aqua.
Sobrang iba ngayon. Parang may nag-iba yung ihip ng hangin during the week break. Kasi yung Valentina, pre, week 2, ito yun eh. Blue 1 dyan na mamahay yun eh. Sabi nga natin, di ba, kondo to eh. Na tinitirhan ni Valentina tsaka ni Fredrin. Tapos may bago na silang roommate, si Zushi namin.
Staycation lang pala.
Nagdaan lang yung Holy Week, biglang nagbago yung ihip na okay, ina-open na yung Jushin, tapos yung Valentina, hindi na pinapansin bigla ngayon, di ba? So yun na yung nangyayari. And for Onyx Philippines, pwede silang kumuha ng glue ngayon dahil wala nang Vexana or Faramis threat. Tapos ayan, yung sinasabi nating roamer na kaya nga na
Baksha and
nagbaksha pa rin ito si Ingkong. So andyan yung aggression pa rin, yung bilis ng galaw, parehas tong heroes na to na kayang pumunta from point A to point B ng 2 segundo lang.
Yung rotations, no? I think yun pa rin, dun pa rin nakabangko ang Onyx PH kasi nakita nila kanina kung gaano naging super effective ito towards the possible rotations or ikot na ginagawa nitong AP Bren. Sure, magkakaroon sila ng competitive edge towards the team fight dahil meron sila nung Zushin, pero kailangan pa ng konting layering ng skills para dito sa AP Bren to make that happen. Kasi sa ngayon, dalawang tanky heroes na ang kaharap nila ngayon facing Onyx Philippines.
Now, may option kasi ang Onyx Philippines dito. If kukuha ang AP Bren ng mga setup type of heroes like a Grok or okay, then pinalik lang yung glue para hindi rin magkaroon ng option itong Onyx Philippines na kumuha ng Valentina. Kasi if ever nag-Grok sila or kumuha pa ng ibang mga setup like Kufra or even
Matutuwa si Prince.
matutuwa yung Valentina. So it would still be viable for Onyx Philippines. Now, na Leomord na yung kinuha ni James Panks, hindi natin kailangan mag-worry dun sa snowball factor na kailangan niyang gawin. Kasi kahit pa 2 items lang ang meron ng Leomord, may way at may way ang isang Leomord na manalo sa isang clash. So, for Onyx Philippines, might as well get the YSS ngayon na. Kasi kung hindi, baka tanggalin na yon ng AP Bren plus the Moscow.
Kaya nga, in-adjust sila dito yung capability ni King Kong onto handling utility junglers. But instead, they go all in para dito sa Kimi for Super Friends.
Sagad yung panghuli ulit nitong Onyx PH based on the first 3 picks that they have. You know, going back dun sa kanila naging draft pattern mula kanina, the Baksha is still there. Napalitan lang yung dalawa. I think something that's very common with Cho, Yuzong, Kimi, and Khalid is that meron silang AOE crowd control. I feel like that has been the recipe for success na ginagawa nitong si Coach Hayes.
Kahit pa sabihin mong guluhin ka ng glue or masyadong malikot yung isang Jushin, the fact na pag nagkamali sila ng pwesto might be caught by the AOE of these heroes, yun yung pupuhunanan ng Onyx Philippines. Banning out the Harif. That would give an impression na kukuha ng carry ang side ng Onyx Philippines. Nagtatanggal sila ng isang magandang matchup dun sa gold lane or even on the likes of a Moskov para may own survivability. And still, the YSS is still on play dito for Onyx Philippines. Pwede pa nilang kunin at kunin yun.
It's all about making it easy for Savere, no? Yun yung nagiging setup player for Onyx PH.
At yung plano ay pahirapan naman si Shizu sa kabila. Kasi nandun yung Baksha, nandun yung Khalid. So again, access to the backlines is really gonna be apparent dito para sa kupunan ng Onyx Philippines. So kung ikaw ang AP Bren, tinanggal na yung haret itong si Shizu na dapat sana ay magiging mas madali yung galaw niya at that moment moment. But yung CC, hindi pa rin talaga nila binibigay towards dito kay Kirk. I feel like the Arlot is about to get banned as well. Pero feeling ko, considering the situation, baka pwede nilang i-handle yan. But again, it's Kirk we're talking about. Might as well take it out.
Tanggalin mo na lang yung comfort, kumbaga. Pero like what you've said about, pwede naman nilang galawan at some point. Pwede naman sila kumuha din ng full views on their blue 4, blue 5. I-bait out nila yung Arlot pick plus sa Onyx Philippines. So again, that could be a good option for AP Bren. But meron pa ring presence na baka nga yung YSS pa yung tanggalin. Tanggalin yung comfort, kumbaga, kay Savero. May present pa na Obsidian, Moscow, and that Cariban, maaring Kulod din yung gamitin ng Onyx Philippines. There are a lot of gold laners available for both of these teams.
And in addition, yung Claude kasi we saw AP Bren use it a while ago. Nagamit itong si Shizu. And basing it on the composition na meron sila, they have enough kung sakali na mag-BMI Blazing Duet siya papalapit. It's just a simple stun, a simple, you know,
Immobilize sa Kimi.
diba? Immobilize sa Kimi. There's so many other kits para magawa nila yon. So the question here for AP Bren is, paano sila makakapag-dish out ng damage dun sa backlines if the Claude is no longer gonna be an option?
Kailangan nila ng pang-hold kung sakali, di ba? Pero with that, they remove the Alice altogether. Hold na pwedeng ang bumabad here for Onyx PH. Pero yung YSS option for me ay possible pa rin. Looking at the AoE or the range naman, hindi sila kakapusin super. And yun yung pinakagana so far para kay Savera dito sa MPL PH.
Kumbaga, you remember when we talk about Granger being the safest gold lane out there?
Ngayon,
Para sa Onyx Philippines, yung YSS yung safest nila para kay Savero.
safest in the world.
Yun yung isa sa mga napagana niya all throughout the weeks that have passed, and they can still get that on this red 4 dahil pwede nga nilang i-bait out na wag mag-foam yung si KLVJ tapos kumuha bigla ng Arlot. Ito si Kirk.
They might as well just go.
Pero
head
i-use
on.
Shin talaga, men.
YSS pa rin.
Gaya ng sinabi nyo, guys,
Hanggang
this
dulo.
is true. Rotation, ando na sa pinakaunang tatlo. Yung info, nasa Jason Shin. Kumbaga, maglalagay ka na lang ng cherry on top dito
yun
for
na
like a really good combination para sa Onyx PH. But for AP Bren, at least nakuha nila yung Moscow. This was one of the considerations for the ban na sinasabi nyo kanina, and they have a Shizu hero. It's just a matter of how they will be able to protect him enough kontra sa sandamakmak na dive na galing din sa Onyx PH.
Siguro yung part din na, sige, Shizu, kung mahihirapan ka when it comes to clashes, pero so, pag nagpupush ka, pag kinailangan ka lang namin, mas mabilis yung respo. Versus kanina na very obvious kapag nasa baba si Shizu, ang bilis naglo-lord agad ng Onyx PH. Now, he has the tendency to go for the surprise attacks dito sa Onyx PH.
Switcheroo for AP Bren or baka mag-pull off sila ng Cho XP. But then again, mas viable nga yung ganito na Blue XP and a Cho for Nova. But Kirk, nagbigay siya dito ng XP lane na hindi magiging problema ng Onyx Philippines. Kumbaga kahit masipa ka, kahit bigyan at bigyan ka ng AP Bren, okay lang kasi mabubuhay ka.
Ito yung mga hero na usually nakikita natin kay Ryota. Pero si Kirk, ang gagamit niyan sa ngayon, another, you know, branch of heroes na po pwede niya sanang gamitin. We knew Kirk as an XP laner na gumagawa talaga ng play. Nagsisisi, we saw him use the Yuzhong kanina. Siya nga yung MVP ng game number 1. Pero ngayon, he's taken on a different role. He's taken on a different manner of spotlight kasi alam niya na may kayang gumawa ng play para sa kanyang team.
From finding the right angles to finding the right angulo. Manggulo lang dito sa AP Bren.
May point ka.
If we're gonna look back at this composition weeks ago, you'll know na si Ryota ngayon gagamit nito. At kung si Kirk man yun nandyan, mas pipiliin mo makita yung Terizla, diba, o yung mga Arlot. But then, it's Kirk getting this Uranus. At ngayon pa lang, simula pa lang, alam na niyang lamang shot di siya agad-agad mamamatay. So magkakat siya ng mabilis.
Ayaw niya talaga maging problema. More so, ako yung problemahin nyo, AP Bren. But in your face attack, here's may bandang mid lane. This is the prowess of Hakimi versus... versus a Jushin. Pero kill VJ di tinatatanan. Calling for backup. Muntik pa siya dun!
Tol, gets ni Kirk yung point eh. Ano ba yung point? Ang point, sinaktan mo ako. Sasaktan lang siya eh.
Grabe!
Yun lang yun. Misdirection play First blood na naman!
At sabay-sabay pa nag-get out ng first blood dito, ang Onyx PH.
It's again the same thing na nakita natin from game number 1. First minute in, gugulong itong si King Kong. Makakahanap sila ng kill. Early damage is present. Courtesy of the Skimmy and Khalid. Uulit-ulitin lang nilang sakalin ang AP Bren. Look at King Kong! Siya pa yung nakakuha nun!
Nanakaw niya!
Drive-thru!
Grabe, nag-take out pa!
Nag-take out pa, may kasamang price and drinks!
Kompleto! Yung naging
Oh
meal
my
doon
gosh.
para sa Onyx PH, Joshi.
Alam mo, kanina, di ba nakita natin, sure, hindi nga namatay itong si James Banks, pero para mo naman siyang pinatay kasi tinanggalan mo ng pagkain.
This will prevent the contest from AP Bren.
Oh!
And look at Super Prince.
Oh my gosh.
Totoo
Again.
ba si Super Prince nung nakikita natin gumaganito?
Because of what Onyx did, wala nang chance kumontes ang AP Bren for this turtle. 3 seconds in, pa-respawn. Yes, makakasilip si Nova. Makakasilip din si King Kong, pa-5 na.
Easy turtle yet again ba ito? Kasi nag-a-attempt palang lumapit ang AB
Ayan
Bren. In your face na naman si Kirk and Super Fence. And a free turtle again for King Kong. Diretso invade, deny ng jungle ng AP Bren. And not only that, even Kill BJ napipilitin na sumama. Brusco on to James Banks.
Oh my
Grabe
gosh.
naman yung abang niya. Sobra na yung delay sa level ni James Banks.
To
Nasusunod
level
pa lang
4.
ng Raging Sandstorm. At hindi doon magtatandaan. Mapapatay naman siya sa dulo.
Medyo pinanggigilan ni Brusco. Nakita niya level 3 pa lang yung Oyabak. Sabi niya, sige, eto na yun. Kaso siya, yun nasaktan sa pagkakataon na yun. But still, Onyx PH.
Wow, 3-level disparity from King Kong and James Banks. Hanggang ngayon pa lang magpo-4 si James Banks. Ngayon lang siya tinigilan ng Onyx Philippines. At meron ng way ang Onyx Philippines ngayon na, okay, sige, kahit sino, pwede nating guluhin ng ganyan. Again, we have a lot of sustainability.
Oo, siya tinigilan pero ito hindi
Oh my
tinigilan
gosh.
talaga. Kel VJ going down. Hindi talaga siya tinantanan dito ni Kurt tsaka ni Super Friends.
Then tumba si Patrick.
Bulagta eh.
Bulagta si Patrick.
Ang hirap na ng buhay ngayon para sa EP Bren.
Nasa punto na sila na kapag nag-call sila, okay, yung glue naman yung puntahan natin, okay, yung Leo board yung puntahan natin, lahat magiging successful sila. The way na nakapag-scale up ng sobrang bilis yung mga members sila, 101 for Super Friends at walang threat sa kanya.
At ang malala pa doon, ito yung first time na nakita natin si Savero sa screen. That doesn't, again, bode well, pero nina naman yung Raging Sandstorm. May palag!
Okay, ito yung magiging palag. Super Best will be caught off guard para meron na yung free. Kirker! Tatabas
Wow!
ito, the Aqua! Getting the kill! Ito yung balibag serye para sa EP Bren.
Kong?
Bumabawi with
King
a
Kong?
double kill. King Kong as well with a double. First of Sas kinawalan. At hindi niya makakawalan sa sides niya dito. Sila Aqua with a triple kill. Will go for the
Oh my
mid.
gosh!
At ngayon,
Nakatakas.
hindi man nakakuha ng kill ulit to si King Kong. Pero hindi yata nila patatakasin basta-basta dito.
Babanatan nila si
Sila
King.
Loven, Kel VJ, gagante. Andun yung mga Shunpo. Pero
Makakawala.
slam as well. Pero
Men!
buhay pa rin si King Kong.
Men, gusto sanang pumalag ng mga bubuyog na nakuha sila sa kill. Pero hindi nila kinaya yung kunat ni King Kong.
Lampas 1 minutong nasa gitna ng screen natin si King Kong. At lampas 1 minutong may bumabakbak sa kanya sa AP Bren. But then, he lives his life. Hindi pa siya namatay. Kanya pa yung turtle. All because of the sustain na meron ng Onyx Philippines and all because of the damage na kaya nilang ibigay as early as now.
Oh my gosh, daylight robbery. Tawagin mo na si sino ba yung mga si Atom Araulio, men. May nakawan na naganap.
Oo, okay.
Legit, sobrang daming nangyari.
Kailangan i-document.
Ayan na nga, nandyan na mismo sa harap si Kirk.
Naku.
Nangangapit bahay na.
Na para bang siya yung taga dyan talaga mismo. They're committing all their skills. Si Kirk makakatakas pa yata pero nadapot. Soul Snare is enough. And it took 4 members just to take him down.
Pero kanina pa daw kasi siya nandun eh.
Oo.
Namumuro na eh. Kinailangan ng palaga ng AP Bren as they get their 4th kill.
Sa tagal niya doon, ang daming nakuha ng Onyx Philippines. Ang daming binuhos ng AP Bren just to
Sobra.
take down one single hero na hindi naman nila talaga problema sa clash at this point. Ang nagiging problema lang ng AP Brand is yung damage output na binibigay and yung peel na meron ng Onyx Philippines. Kahit pa kasi gaano katagal na tumagal yung clash na yon, hindi nila mababawasan yung kalid. Lumuluhod yan. Wala silang pantanggal other than ma-knock up ni Nova o masipa, but then you wouldn't waste your resources just to do that. Mas gugustuhin mong kumuha ng pick-up doon sa mga problema talaga, which is si Super Friends.
At si King Kong din. Kasi sa ngayon, si James Banks tila ba hinahanapan pa ng ruta nitong AP Bren para kahit pa paano makapag-dish out siya ng damage. Fortunately for the Beast though, sa dami ng mga nangyari kanina, isa pa lang yung death nitong si James Banks. Pero ang ginagawa kasi ng Onyx, kung nung game number 1, siya talaga yung primary target. Ngayon, yung secondary na kahit pa paano, tanggalan natin siya ng mga objectives. Tanggalan natin siya ng mga necessary na bagay na kinakailangan niya para makapag-dish out siya ng damage and mag-scale.
Pero parang unti-unti mo na siyang pinapatay kapag nililimitahan mo yung form ng jungler dito ng AP Bren. And right on cue pa rin, magle-level 11 na si King Kong, level 8 pa rin si James Banks.
Hindi pa niya yata nahahawakan ng sabay yung purple at orange niya. Other than the minute 1 na meron dito sa game na to. Lahat na mga kinukuha niya, yung kabila, kinukuha na rin ni King Kong. Lahat ng pwedeng pasukan ng AP Bren covered na ng Onyx Philippines. Look at Brusco. Papasok pa lang si Nova, hindi hanggang dyan ka lang.
Umaamba agad eh.
Tol, pag price lang, pag drinks lang, hindi pwedeng price and drinks.
Oo eh.
Ginagawang meal agad dito ng Onyx PH, yung mismo form ng AP Bren. And now, nakikita natin, even if there's no kill video onto the front line, wala silang paki. Basag lang ng tore dito para kay Savero.
Mas maraming beses pa nating nakita na nandito sa side ng mapa na to ang camera at ang Onyx Philippines as they are just simply taking everything away mula dito sa AP Bren.
Sasabihin ko pa lang sana, the good thing for AP Bren is may better way naman sila to answer back sa Onyx Philippines than game number 1 dahil sa Moskov ni Shizu. But then, nung pumunta si Kirk, naisip ko rin bigla na hindi niya rin pala pwedeng patayin yung Uranus kapag nag-def doon sa split. Kasi pwedeng siya pa yung mamatay in return. Ganun kakunat, and kapag nakapag-build up ng Blade Armor itong si Kirk, siya pa yung masasaktan doon sa isang Uranus. Plus, may threat pa na pwedeng lumipad bigla yung Baksa and even yung Khalid.
Tol, ito na ba yung pagkakataon na makakuha na si James Banks ng parehas price and drinks? Hindi pa rin!
Hindi talaga.
Hindi talaga binibigay, men!
Ayaw talaga ibigay ni Kuya King Kong dito sa AP Bren. Pero plan B muna pinapagana nila as Shizu slowly pushes his way doon sa may bandang top lane. Pero too much damage pa rin yung nai-inflict dito sa ibang linya. And James Banks, wala na siyang kalayaan na mamasyal man lang sa mapa.
And for AP Bren, yun yung kailangan nilang gawin eh. Kailangan gawin ng 4 na miyembro bukod kay Shizu, magtiis muna. Kailangan nilang hanapin yung mga fights away from Shizu. Kailangan nilang magamit yung pagka-Moskov ng isang Moskov. Yung tipong makakapag-split and then makakabalik doon sa pwesto kung saan siya kailangan because of the Spear of Destruction. Paulit-ulit nilang pwedeng gawin yan. But hanggang kailan? Onyx Philippines is slowly building up the damage that they have. Super Friends, King Kong, even Deathless dito sa laban. And pwedeng isang bunggo nung Baksa, isang talon ni Brusco with the Raging Sandstorm, maaaring mabura yung sinong nasa harap ng AP Bren.
Alam mo, this suddenly turned out to be a 4-1 scenario para dito sa AP Bren na dapat sana hindi natin nakikita. Kasi kung tutusin, si James Banks pa nga dapat yung magiging frontline. But again, dahil doon sa kawalan ng ibang mga items ending objectives, Onyx safely secures yet another major award.
And too much na yun 7k gold lead. Bandang likod, it's still Kirk all over again. In your face sa taktika, nandun yung grab-grab. Pero sa Savero man nakakapitan niya, siya pa yata yung papapatay pabalik doon. What a play here for Onyx. May Lord na nga, may kill pa. Nagbabadya pang bumasag ng tore.
So many unanswered mula sa AP Bren, all to protect King James. Ang tanong ay hanggang kailan nila magagawa yan dahil nakukuha ng mga items!
Okay, jumping in agad din sila Brusco. Instant kill on the James Banks. Frontline naman, matatanggal na rin sila Nova. Aqua, may stack na Snow Snare. Kahit madampot niya si Kirk, okay lang kay Kirk. Kasi ngayon, another turret na naman na makukuha ng Onyx PH. And not only that, si Aqua pumapala pero nakapalikin na agad ang apat. Tatalo naman ni Kiko sa pinakalikod. Sinalubong ng gulong ang AP Bren.
Sinalubong na rumaragas ang truck na si King Kong. Ang pagkuha na naman ng kamatayan ng ilan sa mga beasts. They wanna push forth.
Okay, Wala na yung mga protection here onto the top and mid lane turret for AP Bren. Na-accomplish na nila na matanggal lahat ng outer and inner turrets. Only the inhibitor turrets will remain para sa Beast.
Still remains to be a landslide para sa Onyx Philippines. Dire-diretso pa din ang pagbulusok nila dahil sa ginagawa nila Brusco and even ito ni King Kong. And alam din kasi ng Onyx Philippines na okay, Leomord, Jushin, Moscow, bukas pa yung damage output ng AP Bren. Matagal pa. They need to scale and look at the kick from Nova.
At hindi na pwede paabutin pa ng bukas, pero biglaan naman ang makukuha nila dito. What a great catch there. It's going to be Savero na mapipick off nila.
Oh, that was a best case scenario na naganap para dito sa AP Bren dahil dyan bumaba yung kalamangan ng Onyx in terms of gold to just 7.7k. Malayo pa, pero at least mas malayo na dun sa nakuha nila kanina. I mean, just take a look at the items right now.
Yep.
8, almost 1,000 yung kalamangan ni King Kong dito.
The good thing for AP Bren, buo na yung Trinity na meron ito si Shizu. May way na silang pumalag ng front to back and they don't have to really extend to the backlines just like what KLVJ did doon sa prior clash na nangyari onto Savero. And now, meron na silang choices. Unti-unti silang nagkakaroon ng ways para tapatan yung lineup na meron ng Onyx Philippines. It's just that it still goes the same for Onyx Philippines. Yung mga items din nila ay unti-unti nang nabubuo and yung damage output is still present. The only thing na pwede pang gawin ng AP Bren is to burn the resources as efficiently as possible by getting the most appropriate target at the moment.
Okay, nagbubunga na yung tiis Pogi. Sobrang laking bagay talaga ng clear. Hindi lang nakakapagpatanggal ng downdraft, nakakapagbagi din ng farm para dito kay Shizu. At kani-kanina lamang, yung sabi natin, saan ba manggagaling yung damage? Meron naman. Problema, hindi nila maibato yung damage dahil yung Lord wala na silang aabutan. And a fast Lord take para sa Onyx PH.
Tol, just the minor moves, the little movements na ginawa ng Onyx kanina, they were freezing the entire time yung mga minion waves from what we've been seeing. And then afterwards, as soon as lumabas yung susunod na Lord, hindi man lang nila binigyan ng tsansa ang AP Bren na makatagos doon as the next Lord is about to spawn in a few seconds.
Actually, hindi lang yung Lord yung ginagano nila eh. As long as lumabas yung orange buff ni James Punks, nandun na yung tatlo.
Tama.
Nandun na yung dalawa. And KLVJ, all he needs to do is try and sustain this. Kailangan pa ring tiisin, my Lord, sa itaas. And kung isasabay-sabay ng Onyx yung pasok ng gulong ng Baksa, yung Raging Sandstorm, may damage yung Kimi. It can be too much to handle for AP Bren, pero it all boils down to Nova getting the target. Kailangan siya yung mauna.
But how long can they do that? As Onyx PH now slowly marches onto the base ng AP Bren. Nandito yung salubong, nangalahati agad na buhay Shizu. Nandun yung mga sibata, but the turret already been destroyed. Wala nang matitirang tulong mula sa mga tori dito ng AP Bren. It's only the base turret remaining. Aatras ang slight ng Onyx. May nagbabadya uling panganib dito, Hans. Pero Souls there, nagkaroon ng enough snacks.
This is gonna be the case. Sino ba na naman na nasa likod?
Okay, nandiyan yung salubong kasi SOD tatama. Ito naman, shine up na Shizu. Kaso wala matadali pa rin.
Savero's alive!
Nakakaligtas pa rin. Super Prince with the free with a double kill. Will it go for the triple? Mukhang ito na nga yata magiging sagot. Yes, it's going to be a triple kill. Buhay pa rin ang 5 miyembro. Kakatok sa base ng AP Bren. 4 will remain. Locking their sides. It's going to be a game to win. And a sweep for Onyx Philippines.
Super fan magdiwang at magdipon. Napakalinis na execution. Onyx Philippines sweeps the series.
It's as if we're brought back doon sa mga early days ng Onyx Philippines. Ito yung hinanap natin all throughout week 1 and week 2. Yung angas, yung dating, and yung hindi pagiging slow and steady, pagiging aggressors sa laban. They really put up the tempo onto this game.
You know, that's the thing. Kasi yung slow and steady, pinakita nila sa atin nung game number 1.
Yes.
And then game number 2, suddenly flip the switch. Parang, okay, sige. Palag na natin to. That's how it was.
Yep.
And, you know, AP Bren seemed to be caught by surprise. This is the Onyx Philippines that a lot of the super fans know and love. For AP Bren, a very valiant effort ang kanilang pinakita kanina, but this was just not their game. They're gonna go back to the drawing board and think things through. Mahaba pa naman ang week 3, but again, ibang klaseng Onyx PH ang nakita natin in this series.
No hesitations at all. From minute 1 hanggang sa pinakadulo ng game number 2 natin, we felt the domination ngayon na nagbabalik for Onyx Philippines. Sobrang na-recharge sila dun sa nagdaang break. And now, with a new revamp version, pinatunayan na nila they're back with vengeance.
Can't even blame them because yung lineup na meron sila would be pick-up centric. Kailangan sila yung nauuna. And ang baba ng punish mechanic nila. Kung hahayaan nila na merong Uranus at merong Khalid sa harapan and kung tatangkihin lang nila yung kayang gawin na anong dalawang yun, yung damage output even ng isang Kimi, mahihirapan sila.
3, Onyx PH came out with a bang! And what a game that was, 2-0 sweep. And we want to ask King Kong, kanina before mag-match, meron kayong interview and Jace Pang said, no suyo, no win. Ngayon, ano yung ang question ko? Sa tingin mo ba kung na-open yung suyo, mananalo kaya sila?
Hindi ko po alam, hindi ko naman mabasa yung future eh. Pero ang masabi ko lang sa suyo ni James Pangs, na-appreciate ko yung creativity niya sa paggamit ng hero. Lalo na dun sa Sky Piercer.
And of course, King Kong, I want to follow up. 2 games ka na nagbaback siya. And kapag back siya yung ginagamit mo, parang flawless game, halos, for Onyx PH. Ano sa tingin mo, what are the secrets to using back siya?
Siguro yung paggamit ng first skill wisely.
First skill wisely. So,
Ay,
lahat
sabi
na
pala po ni
nag-RG.
Kirk, yung secret daw po sa pagbaback siya, dapat magaling ka magpaikot, sabi po ni Kirk.
Ay, si Kirk parang may sinasabi, Kirk. Sabi mo daw, dapat magaling magpaikot.
Hindi pa ako nagbaback siya eh. Siya po yung magaling paikot.
Ikaw daw pala. Ikaw pa rin daw pala yun. Nasa kamay mo pa rin, King Kong. Pero Kirk, gusto kitang tanungin, kasi yung Game 2 specifically, sobrang parang na-suffocate yung map. Kasi sobrang kayo lang yung may hawak, may control ng map. Ano ba yung ginawa nyo before going into this match? Kasi parang nagkaroon kayo ng reset after nung mga nangyari ng weeks prior.
Yung siguro nagbigay sa amin ng advantage yung yung 1 week break kasi nakapaganda kami ng sobrang ngayong week.
Maganda ang pagbabalik nyo, Onyx Philippines. But now, I wanna talk to Super Friends. Super Friends, napakaraming nagsisigawan sa'yo kanina. Up until now. Gusto kong tanungin, anong ibig sabihin ng panalong ito para sa inyo? Kasi we've seen you struggling before we had the break. Anong ibig sabihin sa'yo ng panalong to? Gaano kahalaga to para sa inyo?
Siguro para sa amin, as a team, mahalaga yung win namin today kasi magagamit namin siya momentum para sa next laban namin.
At tingin mo ba, mas malakas na kayo sa susunod pang match?
Kasi everyday nag-improve naman kami.
Wow! Parang yung smile sets it all para sa kanya. Triple kill nga before pa matapos ang ating match na yon.
And with that, who do you think is the match MVP?
And
Let's
our
reveal.
match MVP is...
King Kong!
King Kong!
After that performance, King Kong, as match MVP, ano ang iyong mensahe sa iyong mga fans and supporters? Ano ang iyong mensahe sa iyong mga fans and supporters?
Sa lahat ng fans ng Onyx, sa Sonics, and sa fan ng AB Brand, thank you so much sa time nyo. And sa lahat ng nanonood online, thank you.
And with that, you may now take a bow and take your victory walk.
Once again, give it up for Onyx
Philippines! What a start to week 3, Odin.
Indeed, a great comeback para sa Onyx Philippines. It's a 2-0 sweep at hawak talaga nila ang mapa. Also, ang MPL Arena ay halos na puno sa side ng Onyx Philippines. And with that, we want to know more about that match with our casters.
Maraming salamat sa ating mga hosts. That is Onyx Philippines getting a 2-0 victory. Shoutout kina Atom Araulio, Maris Racal, kay Cara David. Men, kailangan nyo pong pumunta dito dahil may krimen po na naganap Sobrang dami po ng nanakaw na buff ni King Kong at siya ang MVP ng game number 2.
Grabe tong hit and run King Kong.
Minute 1 pa lang, yung gulong niya papuntang mid. At first, we thought pang Little Wanderer lang yun. Pero may ibang plano up ahead ang Onyx Philippines. They wanted a kill. And after that, dire-diretsong gulong na papunta dun sa buff ni James Pangs. Again, paulit-ulit natin sinasabi, parang isang beses lang nakuha ni James Pangs ang kanyang sariling orange buff and all of that went to the hands of King Kong. Alam niya rin na walang papatay sa kanya at this point. Baiting out the Zoshin pick during that draft just gave a lot of confidence for this backshot to happen again in game number 2 plus backed up with a Khalid na kayang sumabay sa bilis ng ikot niya.
And in addition, we saw or we heard yung interview nitong si King Kong, yung benefit ng paggamit ng first skill ng Efficient, which is the Baksha Shield Unity. I think we saw that a lot of times in this game na nagamit niya yon very effectively towards an engage, a pick-off, yung pagbawas ng mga buffs na madalas nga nating nakikita, plus yung sinabi niya din na dapat magaling ka daw magpaikot. I think in context, gana yun para sa Onyx Philippines kasi hindi inaasahan ng AP Brand kung saan manggagaling si King Kong na dapat hindi niya naman ginagamit yung first skill niya and yet nandun siya.
Tsaka kailangan kalmado ka sa unang facing ng laban pero pagka digdikan na yung nangyayari, nakikita natin yung heart rate nila was actually racing nung patapos na yung laban.
Oo, accurate kung tutuusin. Dahil dun sa mga moments na kung saan alam na nila na panalo na sila doon sa mga laban. And for Onyx Philippines, it's as if they knew right from the start of Game 1 and Game 2 that ganun yung gagawin nila all throughout the game. Manggugulo sa jungle camp ni James Pangs, outmaneuvering the map, and look at this. 1 to 10 ang tali ng kanilang purple buff and 5 to 9. So merong 4 o merong 5 na hindi nakuhang buff etong si James Pangs over dito sa Onyx Philippines na paulit-ulit nandoon mismo sa kampo nila.
Tol, we saw this again in game number 1 na parang siya yung naging primary target nitong Onyx Philippines because of an error na he did using that hat trick. Pero ito, he tried to play it safe. You know, na nakita natin kanina, he wanted to go for a route na hindi sila masyado mag-engage, build up muna ng items, pero dahil dun nakaligtaan niya yata or puwersa siyang makaligtaan yung iba sa mga items or jungle creeps na dapat papunta sa kanya.
Sa ayot sa gusto niya kasi doon patungo yung direction nung naging draft composition here para sa Onyx PH.
To be fair, sobrang sobrang ganda ng magiging draft progression ng AP Brand dito sa game na to. Pagkuha na ng Leo Morge, Shushin first pick, pagkuha na ng Moscow. Again, the draft adjustment would be good enough against Onyx Philippines. But for Onyx Philippines, what they did is, hindi lang sila nag-dwell doon sa kakayahan ng draft nila alone, doon sa execution. And that would explain that the draft is just, sabi natin, merely 50%. Yung iba, execution, rotation sa mapa, and that's what Onyx did.
And I think you also have to appreciate kung ano yung ginawa ni Kirk kanina. First minute pa lamang, mas lalo natin siya nakita na proactive using a Uranus. And to know more about it, here is the Infinix mic check.
Nice! Inadjumit ko rin. Ilan heartbeat ka? Kalma, 150 na heartbeat ka, pre. Chill. Ay, liyog niyo pa. Leo. Kalma, mates. Kalma. Clear third. Tan, just clear third. Pero may madudamay ako. Underworking. Madamay ko na lahat. Baraking. Savage, pre. Kasi savage, pre. Savage. Sige, pre. Okay, pumunta sa ka. Bot, pre. Kirk, pag, killable ka, basahin ka takbo. Bot. Basag. Kalma sa ganun, Kirk, ka. Pero lang nakuha natin. Makuha natin yung tore kahit di ka mamatay. Nine Prince, pabrika ra. Okay, ako bala. Sino mga walang spell? Basak bot ako, pre. Ay, nachu. TikTok. Boy ka. Sorry. It's okay. Ginagawa sa touch, pre. Towerlock. Chill. Let's go!
Again, merong isang moment doon na ang narinig natin sa mic check, puro lang tawa. Diba? That's how confident Onyx PH was in this specific series na tila ba calculated lahat ng mga galaw nila, and there were even times na kita natin yung mga simpleng phrases na, okay Kirk, kaya natin yun, nang walang magagalusan, and an immediate adjustment yung ginawa niya kaagad.
Tsaka sobrang refreshing marinig magtagalog si Savera sa shot calls.
Di ba? Meron pang point na, okay, 115 yung heartbeat ko, chill lang tayo. Mas gusto ko yung si King Kong ay mas worried pa sa kanyang heartbeat at that point kesa doon sa mangyayari sa kanya in-game.
Conscious sa heartbeat.
Composure was maintained at kailangan talaga if you're Onyx PH, it's a new branding, it's a new, sabihin natin, personality na nakita natin today. But still, andun yung dominance na na-insert nila para sa Game 1 and Game 2.
And this was a totally new week for them. Kirk did mention that kanina in the interview na nagamit talaga nila yung Holy Week break natin para mas lalo silang hindi lang makapagnilay-nilay but also make sure to figure out kung ano ba yung mga kailangan nilang i-tweak in terms of their composition, kung ano ba yung mas magagalaw pa nila ng sobra, and that was exactly what they showcased us today as Onyx Philippines swept AP Brand to start off week number 3. And to know more about today, we're gonna toss it over to our hosts.
Maraming salamat, casters, and I just want to say, it's definitely Onyx time dahil sa pinakita ng Onyx Philippines with a 2-0 sweep against AP Brand to start our Week 3. This is your very own Odin reporting on the site to tell you what is happening in MPL Indonesia. Tampok naman ang ating mga MPL imports na sina Kelra at Few sa rehiyon ng Indonesia. At undefeated pa rin ang Indonesian team ng Onyx. Kasama na dyan ang gold standard na si Kelra. It's a 3-0 match. Undefeated pa rin ang kanilang team. 5 wins straight without no losses. At talaga namang napasabi na rin si caster Leo na Kelra is indeed a genetic freak. Samantala, natapos din naman nila ang laro matapos silang talunin ang Geek Fam noong nakaraang linggo. Sa kabilang banda, nagkakaroon naman ng challenge para kay El Capitan ng Evos na si Few dahil nakalaban nila ang Alter Ego at Bigatron Vitality. They are yet to find their first match win in MPL Indonesia. At patuloy pa rin naman ang kampanya ng dalawa ngayong araw sa pagpapatuloy ng MPL Indonesia dahil magkakaharap din ang Onyx at Dewa. Tampok din ang harapan ni Akir at Few sa harapan ng Navi at Evos. And I believe hindi pa tapos ang mga aksyon dito sa MPL Philippines dahil meron pa tayong isang matchup na inaabangan. That's between Barangay Smart Omega and the champions Team Liquid Philippines. Huwag kaya alis dahil magbabalik ang MPL Philippines Season 17.
Di abutan dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Foul! You know your scalp can get up to 5 times more dandruff? Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear. Hey, you! Did you know men have 1.4 times weaker scalp? Get a shampoo that's 100% made for men. Supercharged with Clear. Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear. Stop and pull over. Your scalp gets 1.5 times sweatier. For cooling power, supercharged with Clear.
Hey,
Where's your safe place? A place where ideas ignite, where laughter lingers, where work feels light. This is mine, and I'm not gatekeeping it. A chair isn't just a chair. It carries me through wins, through setbacks, through every step forward. And a desk isn't just a desk. It rises with me, stands tall when I do. Through triumphs, through trials, this space keeps me growing. This is my safe place. Home, playground, grounds where I stand. This is TT Racing Home Grounds. For every dream I chase, every battle I face, TT Racing has my back. So I'll ask again, where's your safe place?
Usapang Meta for today's class. Excited na ako! Meta? May itatagos kaya?
Good morning, teacher!
Hello, class. So, matanong ko lang, sa Scream, sino yung madalas nagsastruggle?
Ako po, ma'am. Nahihirapan po kasi ako sa shot call kasi isa lang po yung gusto ko tumatawag sa akin. Oh, shit!
Teka, class. Tama. Importante ang comms. mapa in-game o relationship, di ba?
Relate ka, ma'am?
Secret. Anyway, next question tayo, guys. Tingnan nyo tong draft. Sino dito yung nag-overcommit sa top lane?
Uy, naku, parang support ata yan, ma'am.
Ay nako, bagsak ka sa counterplay. Huwag ka kasi clash ng clash kapag hindi ka pa crush. Ay, para iwas crash!
Oh,
Plus 5 points ka sa hugot, ma'am.
Okay. That's all, class. See you tomorrow. May bagong grading sa loob ng classroom. Sino kaya ang bagsak at sino ang may palag? Okay. May grado na ang lahat base sa inyong naging pinakamainit na katapat sa lane. Now, class, ano sa tingin nyo ang palag ni Demon Kite kay Carl T?
Ako! Si Cartesi Goat, si Demon Kite, celebrity!
Okay, pakinig. So, pag-usapan naman na natin yung iba't ibang uri ng rivalry, class. So, unang rivalry, yung team na palaging next season na lang versus yung team na palaging nag-champion.
Ma'am, masakit naman yan.
Ma'am, parang may pinapatamaan ah.
Grade 91%. May angas, may storyline, pero minsan pag finals, bigla na lang nawawala. Parang signal sa probinsya.
Ma'am, di naman na kami yan, no?
Okay, that's all, class. Don't forget to study your rivals kasi next week I graded recitation math sa stage.
Goodbye, thank you, teacher.
Ya, kinakabahan ako, ya. Patry nga ako ng ng relo nyo. Marinig yung heartbeat ko mamaya sa laban, tol. Ilan ba normal na heartbeat, pre? 60, no? 70. Pag 30 rin sa'yo.
Parang pag 400 ako.
180 pala, 180. Makikita yung heartbeat ko. Kinakabahan ako yan, nasuot ko na yan. Makikita na lang buong kung kinakabahan ako or dead ma lang. Siyempre, pag intense boy, tataas yung heartbeat ko. Pag normal na, dead is man na lang. Gusto ko matry yung 180 eh. Gusto ko yung 1v5, sabay maubos ko. Para pag 1v5, ako yung namatay, di tataas heartbeat ko. Ano ba isipin ko para kabahan ako? Tawa ka? Heart rate, heartbreak anniversary, Clay. 98 na. 107. Para dugo mo dad. 110. Legit ba? Ba't ganun? 114. Wala kang puso, ya. Get. Ow, 6 bomb. Mataas ba to, coach? 112. Isabero kasi. Aray mo.
Di abutan dito! GG, bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Foul! You know your scalp can get up to 5 times more dandruff? Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear. Hey, you! Did you know men have 1.4 times weaker scalp? Get a shampoo that's 100% made for men. Supercharged with Clear. Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear. Stop and pull over. Your scalp gets 1.5 times sweatier. For cooling power, supercharge with Clear.
Hey, where's your safe place? A place where ideas ignite, where laughter lingers, where work feels light. This is mine, and I'm not gatekeeping it. A chair isn't just a chair. It carries me through wins, through setbacks, through every step forward. And a desk isn't just a desk. It rises with me, stands tall when I do. Through triumphs, through trials, this space keeps me growing. This is my safe place. Home, playground, grounds where I stand. This is TT Racing Home Grounds. For every dream I chase, every battle I face, TT Racing has my back. So I'll ask again, where's your safe place?
Usapang Meta for today's class. Excited na ako! Meta, may itatagos kaya?
Good morning, teacher!
Hello class, so matanong ko lang, sa Scream, sino yung madalas nagsastruggle?
Ako po, ma'am. Nahihirapan po kasi ako sa shot call kasi isa lang po yung gusto ko tumatawag sa akin.
Teka class, tama. Importante ang comms, mapa in-game or relationship, di ba?
Relate ka, ma'am?
Secret. Anyway, next question tayo guys. Tingnan nyo tong draft. Sino dito yung nag-overcommit sa top lane?
Uy, naku, parang support ata yun, ma'am.
Ay nako, bagsak ka sa counterplay. Huwag ka kasi clash ng clash kapag hindi ka pa crush. Este para iwas crush!
Plus 5 points ka sa hugot, ma'am.
Okay. That's all, class. May bagong grading sa loob ng classroom. Sino kaya ang bagsak at sino ang may palag? Okay. May grado na ang lahat base sa inyong naging pinakamainit na katapat sa lane. Now, class, ano sa tingin nyo ang palag ni Demon Kite kay Carl T?
Ako! Si Carl TC Goat, si Demon Kite, celebrity!
Okay, makinig. So, pag-usapan naman na natin yung iba't ibang uri ng rivalry class. So, unang rivalry, yung team na palaging next season na lang versus yung team na palaging nag-challenge.
Ma'am! Masakit naman yan! Ma'am, parang may pinapatamaan ah.
Grade 91%. May angas, may storyline, pero minsan pag finals, bigla na lang nawawala. Parang signal sa probinsya.
Ma'am, di naman na kami yan, no?
Okay, that's all class. Don't forget to study your rivals kasi next week I graded reputation na sa stage.
Goodbye and thank you, teacher!
Ya, kinakabahan ako, ya. Patry nga ako ng ng relo nyo. Marinig yung heartbeat ko mamaya sa laban, tol. Ilan ba normal na heartbeat, pre? 60, no? 70. Pag 30 rise sa'yo.
Para pag 400 ako.
180 pala, 180. Makikita yung heartbeat ko. Kinakabahan ako yan, nasuot ko na yan. Makikita na lang buong kung kinakabahan ako or dead ma lang. Siyempre pag intense boy, tataas yung heartbeat ko. Pag normal na, dead is ma na lang. Gusto ko matry yung 180 eh. Gusto ko yung 1v5, sabay maubos ko. Paano pag 1v5 ako yung namatay, di tataas heartbeat ka doon. Ano ba isipin ko para kabahan ako? Tawa ka? Heart rate, heartbreak anniversary, Clay. 98 na. 107. Paano dugo mo doon? 110. Legit ba? Ba't ganun? 114. Wala kang puso, ya. Get. Ow, 6 bomb. Mataas ba ito, coach? 112. Isabero kasi. Aray mo.
Di abot ang data! GG bro! Don't worry! The only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Foul! You know your scalp can get up to 5 times more dandruff? Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear. Hey, you! Did you know men have 1.4 times weaker scalp? Get a shampoo that's 100% made for men. Supercharged with Clear. Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear. Stop and pull over. Your scalp gets 1.5 times sweatier. For cooling power, supercharged with Clear.
Hey, where's your safe place? A place where ideas ignite, where laughter lingers, where work feels light. This is mine, and I'm not gatekeeping it. A chair isn't just a chair. It carries me through wins, through setbacks, through every step forward. And a desk isn't just a desk. It rises with me, stands tall when I do. Through triumphs, through trials, this space keeps me growing. This is my safe place. Home, playground, grounds where I stand. This is TT Racing Home Grounds. For every dream I chase, every battle I face, TT Racing has my back. So I'll ask again, where's your safe place?
Usapang Meta for today's class. Excited na ako! Meta? May itatagos kaya?
Good morning, teacher!
Hello, class. So, matanong ko lang, sa Scream, sino yung madalas nagsastruggle?
Ako po, ma'am. Nahihirapan po kasi ako sa shot call kasi isa lang po yung gusto ko tumatawag sa akin.
Teka, class. Tama. Importante ang comms. Mapa in-game or relationship, di ba?
Relate ka, ma'am?
Secret. Anyway, next question tayo, guys. Tignan nyo tong draft. Sino dito yung nag-overcommit sa top lane?
Uy, naku. Parang support ata yan, ma'am.
Ay nako, bagsak ka sa counterplay. Huwag ka kasi clash ng clash kapag hindi ka pa crush. Este para iwas crash!
Plus 5 points ka sa hugot, ma'am.
Okay. That's all, class. See you tomorrow. May bagong grading sa loob ng classroom. Sino kaya ang bagsak at sino ang may palag? Okay. May grado na ang lahat base sa inyong naging pinakamainit na katapat sa lane. Now, class, ano sa tingin nyo ang palag ni Demon Kite kay Carl T?
Ako! Si Carl TC Goat! Si Demon Kite, celebrity!
Okay, makinig. So, pag-usapan naman na natin yung iba't ibang uri ng rivalry, class. So, unang rivalry, yung team na palaging next season na lang versus yung team na palaging nag-champion.
Ma'am! Masakit naman yan! Ma'am, parang may pinapatamaan ah.
Grade 91%. May angas, may storyline, pero minsan pag finals, bigla na lang nawawala. Parang signal sa probinsya.
Ma'am, di naman na kami yan, no?
Okay, that's all, class. Don't forget to study your rivals kasi next week I graded recitation math sa stage.
Goodbye and thank you, teacher! Ya, kinakabahan ako, ya. Patry nga ako ng ng relo nyo. Marinig yung heartbeat ko mamaya sa laban, tol. Ilan ba normal na heartbeat, pre? 60, no? 70. Pag 30 rin sa'yo.
Parang pag 400 ako.
180 pala, 180. Makikita yung heartbeat ko. Kinakabahan ako yan, nasuot ko na yan. Makikita na lang buong kung kinakabahan ako or dead ma lang. Siyempre pag intense boy, tataas yung heartbeat ko. Pag normal na, dead is ma na lang. Gusto ko matry yung 180 eh. Gusto ko yung 1v5, sabay maubos ko. Para pag 1v5 ako yung namatay, di tataas heartbeat ka doon. Ano ba isipin ko para kabahan ako? Tawa ka? Heart rate, heartbreak anniversary, Clay. 98 na. 107. Papa, natutuwa mo dad. 110. Legit ba? Ba't ganun? 114. Wala kang puso, ya. Get. Ow, 6 bomb. Mataas ba to, coach? 112. Isabero kasi. Aray mo.
Di abot ang data! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Foul! You know your scalp can get up to 5 times more dandruff? Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear. Hey, you! Did you know men have 1.4 times weaker scalp? Get a shampoo that's 100% made for men. Supercharged with Clear.
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff.
Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear.
Stop and pull over. Your scalp gets 1.5 times sweatier.
For cooling power, supercharged with Clear.
Hey, where's your safe place? A place where ideas ignite, where laughter lingers, where work feels light. This is mine, and I'm not gatekeeping it. A chair isn't just a chair. It carries me through wins, through setbacks, through every step forward. And a desk isn't just a desk. It rises with me, stands tall when I do. Through triumphs, through trials, this space keeps me growing. This is my safe place. Home, playground, grounds where I stand. This is TT Racing Home Grounds. For every dream I chase, every battle I face, TT Racing has my back. So I'll ask again, where's your safe place?
Usapang meta for today's class. Excited na ako! Meta? May itatagos kaya?
Good morning, teacher!
Hello, class. So, matanong ko lang, sa Scream, sino yung madalas nagsastruggle?
Ako po, ma'am. Nahihirapan po kasi ako sa shot call kasi isa lang po yung gusto ko tumatawag sa akin.
Teka, class. Tama. Importante ang comms, mapa in-game or relationship, di ba?
Relate ka, ma'am?
Secret. Anyway, next question tayo, guys. Tingnan nyo tong draft. Sino dito yung nag-overcommit sa top lane?
Uy, naku! Parang support ata yan, ma'am.
Ay nako, bagsak ka sa counterplay. Huwag ka kasi clash ng clash kapag hindi ka pa crush. Ay, para iwas crash!
Plus 5 points ka sa hugot, ma'am.
Okay. That's all, class. See you tomorrow! May bagong grading sa loob ng classroom. Sino kaya ang bagsak at sino ang may palag? Okay. May grado na ang lahat base sa inyong naging pinakamainit na katapat sa lane. Now, class, ano sa tingin nyo ang palag ni Demon Kite kay Carl T?
Ako! Si Cartesi Goat, si Demon Kite, celebrity!
Okay, makinig. So, pag-usapan naman na natin yung iba't ibang uri ng rivalry, class. So, unang rivalry, yung team na palaging next.
MPL Superfans! Kasama natin ngayon sa venue ang mga pinalaki ng sex bomb. Thea, bakit nga ba tayo nandito? Kasi I believe meron daw tayong ipapamigay.
Earlier, we told them permanent na yung get out emote and game. And syempre, merong merch na ipapamigay na kasama. But before that, di ba, meron muna tayong syempre simpleng dance challenge.
Yan! Kasi meron tayong mga steps sa ating Get Out Dance Challenge. Pero dapat ata, samahan tayo ng ating mga superfans ngayon.
Tama, let's give them the floor.
Nasaan na ba yung mga pinalaki ng sex bomb dyan? Wow! Mga boys!
Grabe.
Kuya, anong pangalan mo?
Harold.
Harold! Pinalaki ka ba ng sex bomb?
Yes. Spaghetti.
Sinong sama mo dyan?
Syempre, di ka papatalo sa introduction na yon, diba? What's your name?
Mike,
Mike, pinalaki ka rin ng sex bomb.
nakita naman na mas malaki ako.
Kuya Mike, tsaka si Harold. Harold, isa munang get out dyan.
Get out! Syempre, si Mike hindi magpapatalo sa energy na yon. Kailangan mas malakas, mas high pitch. So, 1, 2, 3.
Get
out! Ready na
Grabe
sila!
energy!
Thea, ready na talaga sila! Game na! Ready ka na sumayaw?
Ready na.
Alam mo na yung dance steps?
Basta alam ko na.
Basta yun! Sabay na kayong dalawa! Okay! DJ! Music, please!
Grabing energy!
Galing! Ang galing! Ako napabilib nila ako, no? Kasi kahit hindi tayo nag-practice, alam na alam talaga nila, Thea.
And of course, dahil sa pagsayaw na yun, meron silang matatanggap, right, Odin?
Yes! We have loot bags! MLBB and Sex Bomb
Yes.
collaborations. Thank you so much, Kuya Harold. Tunay kang pinalaka ng Sex Bomb. Laban-laban o bawi-bawi?
Laban hanggang sa dulo.
At syempre, merong laman itong mga loot bags natin. So let's pull them out. Merong shirt ng emote na get out. So once again, let's give it up for Mike and Harold.
Wow! Kaya naman sa ating mga super fans, gawin nyo na rin ang Get Out X-Bomb MLBB collaboration dance at i-post nyo yan for a chance to get MLBB Diamonds. We can't wait to see your entries at makisayaw na sa loob ng MLBB. Once again, this is your very own Odin.
And say but before we end this, isa pa. Get out!
bring to the table that matters in this league. Anyone can step up against titans, icons, gods among men, making every match a must-watch. No matter where you come from or where you stand, anything can happen. Broadcasting live from the Victoria Sports Tower, this is MPL Philippines Season 17.
At maligayang pagbabalik towards another momentous occasion para sa ating lahat dahil pagkakataon na naman ito para masaksihan ng pinakamalalakas na manlalaro ng MLBB sa buong mundo right here at the Filipino broadcast. Of course, my name is Hans Galeria, joined by Athena and Joshi Cakes, and that's the English desk.
That's right, we'll be bringing you the action. This is Brigadier, that's Renmar Santa Cruz, and my name is Leo. And to start, para maapag-prepare tayo sa susunod na laban, again, it's going to be Liquid and Omega. Makasama nyo ang buong desk. First up, a quick recap. We did see Onyx sweep AP Bren, but we're looking forward now to this next match. Are we going to see more of a stampede from Liquid, or will finally Omega find some footing in stability?
Yep, because even through their first few matches, it's been a near-perfect run for Liquid. And we say near-perfect because they do drop a couple games, even despite the wins. But that doesn't mean that this isn't the Titans you're looking at. This is still Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's still Titans with a little bit of a different flavor to them, but it's still pretty much the same Liquid that we know. It's difficult to look for now stability in Omega now that they're going to be going up against a team like Liquid. This is the most difficult test for any team looking for stability. A team that looks to stampede.
Yeah, most especially pagdating ng mga nakaraang break na nakita natin, we saw glimpses of brilliance mula dito sa Onyx Philippines. And for Team Liquid, that has already developed what seemed to be a really good standing for them over the first 2 weeks. Di natin alam, baka mas lalo pa sila mag-improve ngayon.
At sa kanila naman katapat, let's see kung magkakaroon ba ng huge improvement. Stability-wise, kailangan ng strong foundation talaga dito ng Barangay or ng Smart Omega.
Knowing that they won their last game or last match against TNC, ngayon ay ultimate test of how stable they are. Dahil after nilang manalo, nagkaroon ng break, tapos yung kalaban nila, Team Liquid Philippines, top 1 ng standings.
Let me raise the stakes. What if malaso ng Omega yung Liquid ngayon? Again, you mentioned top dog right now, apex of the food chain. Hindi ba ito yung best way for Omega to find their footing? Kasi parang natalo nila yung top eh. Di ba parang balik sila sa last on form?
You know what I think it is? I feel like this is a match na feeling ko marami silang matututunan, but the best part of it is that pwede nilang makuha yung natutunan nila and applying it right away. This is a good opportunity for them to shock the back-to-back champions, and if they do, you know, confidence is off the roof.
Speaking of natutunan, yung bagong salta sa Barangay Omega, their roamer Perks was a former member of Team Liquid Philippines. So he may be bringing some lessons over to this matchup that could help the Barangay, again, do the almost impossible to beat Liquid. Diba? Ano sa tingin nyo yung pwedeng ma-share kaya ni Perks?
Sabagay, nakita naman natin yung experience and as well as yung capability niya na ma-inflict nga yung lessons na natutunan niya from Team Liquid papunta sa Barangay. Baka siya yung laso na inaantay for that stability.
Or pwede nang sabihin, kilala niya na yung Team Liquid.
You know what? Kilalanin natin si Perks. I think we are gonna have him on a quick courtside interview. Let's go ahead and listen to Perks.
MPL PH right here at the Barangay Smart Omega booth. Ngayon ay kasama natin si Perks Ziva. Perks, kumusta naman? Kasi ngayon ikaw ang aming tinitingnan dahil katapat mo ngayon ang iyong former teammates. How are you today coming into this match?
Excited. Excited po ngayon dahil makakatapat ko na po yung mga dati kong teammate.
Kinakabahan ka ba?
Hindi, kasi masaya akong makakalaban sila.
Wow, mukhang excited ka. Pero balikan muna natin, Perks Ziva. Parang nung mga nakaraang linggo kasi nakita natin na meron kayong ups and downs. Ano ba yung mga ginawa nyo during the break?
Una po, nag-enjoy muna kami time sa family. Tapos after po ng pagbalik namin, nag-scrims po kami.
Tingin mo ba ready na kayo kaharapin ang TLPH niya?
Opo, ready na po kami.
Sobrang bilis ng sagot, hindi siya talaga nag-isip, no? Pero personal ba tong larong to sa'yo? Kasi former teammates mo sila, ano sa tingin mo yung maaambag mo sa team mo ngayon? Kasi syempre, alam mo yung mga sikreto nila.
Siguro din naman po siya personal, Parang, siguro maambag ko lang yung alam ko yung parang ginagawa niya sa early game. Parang, may natatandaan pa ang konti.
Okay. So may insights ka with your former teammates. Ano ba yung mga favorite mo na memories with the LPH? Kasi you've been with them for how many seasons? Like 2 seasons?
Siguro yung sa MSC kasi daming pera na nilibre sa akin eh. Tsaka ang dami namin kinain nun eh.
Yan ang gusto ko. Yan ang gusto ko. Wala talagang filter, no? Maraming nilibre sa'yo. Pero ngayon, may libre din kayong watch party. Saan ba namin matatagpuan yan?
Sa ano po? Sa MPL PH po.
Okay. Meron silang watch party. Makikita nyo yan sa venue sa ating gilid dito. Puntahan nyo yan dahil makisaya kayo sa mga fans at supporters ng Smart Omega. Pero ngayon, parang gusto ko daw kasing makausap ni Daddy JP on the other side. Thea, kumusta kayo dyan?
Oh, then thank you for inviting us to the group call because I'm here with world-class roamer of TLPH, Daddy JP. So, narinig mo yun, Daddy JP. Kanina kausap si Perks and now you're facing your former teammate. I wanna ask, meron ka bang mga memories na naaalala about sa kanya?
Ayun, parang pag may laban kami, lagi siyang may sabi sa akin. So, nagtutulungan lang din kami every match na.
And of course, same role na kayo ngayon. Parehas kayong roamer. Ano yung mensahe mo para sa kanya facing off on the match later?
Ayun, di mo tayo bati Perks.
Hindi mo na bate. And of course, meron pang mga watch party ang for TLPH. Saan ba makaka-join ang ating cavalry?
Kasi ito, watch party natin, no?
Ayun, naturo. So guys, these are the watch party of the cavalry. So of course, join them. Ngayon, back to you, Odin. Ano ang masasagot sa kanya ni Perks?
Ito lang naman ang gusto niyang ipakita. Gusto niyang isagot ni Perks ngayon sa'yo. Daddy JP, kung may sing-sing ka, meron din daw si Perks.
Message. Dinasalan ko na to. Hihina sila ngayon, hihina.
Ay, dinasalan. Parang kakaiba yung dasal mo ngayon.
Dinasalan ka daw, hihina daw ngayon. May dasal ka ba pabalik?
Oo, mas hihina siya ngayon.
Wow. Palakasan ng players.
Kasi hina ka daw ngayon.
Hindi, siya dinasalan ko, hihina sila lahat ngayon. Sing-sing.
And
Sabi mo kasi
palakasan niya
kanina
ng
matagal na si JP sa Rome, no? So siya na daw yung bago, nakatapat mo.
Wala akong sinabi! Wala akong sinabi!
Ano masasabi ni Daddy JP doon?
Ano daw yung pakiramdam?
Dad, pinag-away tayo,
nakatapat mo
Dad,
na siya?
pinag-away tayo, ha? Ayun, masaya kasi ngayon main fight na rin siya sa ibang team.
So masaya tuwing
Dad, pinag-away tayo,
nakakalaban
Dad.
mo siya.
Masaya.
Okay. Wala talaga sinabi si Perksiva doon. Pero sabi niya, hihina daw talaga kayo. At makikita na lang natin in the room at syempre sa tapatan ng TLPH at Smart Omega. Maraming salamat, Thea and Daddy JP. And of course to you, Perksiva. Balik na tayo with our casters.
Maraming salamat sa ating mga hosts. Odin, paki-confirm, sinabi niya ba talaga yon o hindi? Di natin alam. Tatanungin natin siya mamaya. Mahirap na pare. But hey, you love to see all smiles mula dito kay Perks tsaka kay Dad JP na parang wala. Ang tagal kasi nila magkasama the bondings there.
Yeah, that whole interview just gave peak like dad and eldest son energy.
Yes.
Yung pumapalag na panganay.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like the eldest son that fights back. The only one that has the right to talk back to dad.
Sabi niya daw, pinag-aaway tayo, Dad. Pero kita mo talaga na sobrang close nila. And I know it feels like onti lang yung 2 seasons. Pero in those 2 seasons, he mentioned it himself. They've been through MSC. They've been through so much.
You know what? I think it's in that kind of chaos na baka mag-thrive ang Omega. Joshi, Renmar, talk us through what are the keys to victory Botas Main Phoenix?
First things first, para sa Team Liquid Philippines, bakit Papa? Daddy JP versus Perks, river control is key. JP's invasive heroes will be key. Hylos, Khalid, Hilda, all of those must be in check if you are Smart Omega. It's either you get it, you ban it, or you figure out a way kung paano mo lalabanan yun.
You know, this matchup between JP and Perksiva is Valentina versus Valentina. I am you! You taught me everything I knew, but did JP teach everything that he knows to Perksiva? So, Omega need to carry with Perksiva to match the aggression of Team Liquid Philippines with the same aggression. You cannot be limp against Liquid. You gotta go at them hard. And of course, you gotta match TLPH's in-game tempo. I don't mind if this game is messy. I don't mind if both teams are just constantly looking for trades early on. Because if one of them are just gonna play defensive and hold back, that's not gonna be the type of game Perks or JP wants.
Exactly. If Team Liquid Philippines plays it fast, you play it fast also. If Team Philippines will play it slow, steady through steady QT zero.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever your dance partner is, make sure you follow at the same tempo, that you guys are
Yes.
communicating, that you're on the same level of things.
Kaya pala sumayaw sumunod.
Exactly.
Kasi
Tama naman.
we do look for stability sa Smart Omega, but that's in terms of their runs, their overall performance. But it seems na when it comes to matches like this or going up against opponents like this, I guess a little bit of chaos won't hurt and might actually help them.
Yun naman kailangan talaga na mag-lead ka ng pack, however, pwedeng barangay or pwede yung cavalry.
You know, it feels like kung sino ang maunang maging mabait dito, yun ang talo.
Yeah, exactly.
Pakiramdam ko. Kasi again, like, you have to be aggressive. That goes without saying. Pero in layman's term, kailangan manakaw mo lahat ng manakaw. Makuha, maretry mo ang lahat ng posibleng maretry.
Wait.
We saw that in Onyx PH in the first series.
Isn't that exactly what Net said? Having grown up in the hood, dapat daw malakas yung loob mo.
Yeah.
Dapat ready ka. Mabait ka sa tomboy, pero in-game, dapat palaban.
Dapat bad boy.
Oo.
Laking factor din ng matchup na yon with Teddy and Nets. I mean, you have someone na merong hero ocean. Nets can pick of a Brody, a Hanabi, di natin alam kung ano pang Hellkurt. Diba? And si Teddy, nakikita pa lang natin sa kanya would be yung mga Claude niya, mga Granger na nandyan. And ano ngayon yung mangingibabaw? Is that gonna be the massive hero pool na meron si Nets o yung specialist thing ni Teddy?
Okay, so meron parang technicalities here. Hindi lang puro laban. The match is about to begin. That's some good news I can share with you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our teams on stage. Let's get this match started. Get! Ow!
To ensure the integrity of the game, our marshals, Luis, Miko, Joshua G, and Dujin. All everybody make some noise. Y'all know who it is. The reigning, defending champions of the Philippines. It's Team
Mga lason, it is this squad over here. This is Smart Omega.
Baka ito na nga ang pagkakataon para maipakita na mas stable version ito na Smart Omega after a week-long break. After their first win, masusundan na nga ba ito finally getting on ahead the Titans of the league?
Well, if you look at it again, very apparent yung pagiging dominante ng TLPH in terms of the game win rates. But for the others,
nakikita natin yung biglang mas lamang pa pala sa first blood percents itong Smart Omega courtesy of what they've been doing all throughout. Yung mga lineup na pinapull off nila would be those lineups na kaya talagang maging mas mabilis pa sa bilis na kayang gawin ng Team Liquid Philippines. And now, looking at it, isang mahalagang factor would be yung trio mid composition.
guys, I have to say, yung sinabi kanina nitong si Perks, I don't know if you remembered, pero meron daw siya mga naaalala sa kung paano gawin ng Liquid yung early game nila. And by the way, yun yung kalakasan itong Smart Omega because of that first blood ratio. So we might see that today.
But also, yung habits sa pwede niyang na-incorporate for Omega, discipline, and as well as yung game mindset when it comes to very crucial matches. At pwede natin makita yan na ma-incorporate ni Perks.
I mean, it definitely depends sa kung ano ang magiging galaw ng Omega dito because it's Liquid that they have to worry about. But for now, we're gonna focus on Smart 5G Ping Test.
ang ginagawa mo before game?
Tamon chill lang.
Maliligo. So, minsan lang, once a week ganon? Once a month. Pero nagsasabon ka naman nun, no?
Hindi pa.
Tubig lang.
Ngayon, nagka-twice a month na ako kasi summer.
Ligo kaya si Sanji before this game? Do you think Sanji took a bath? Yes or no? So guys, answer on the comment down below, no? Kung sa tingin nyo naligo si Sanji on the following game.
Ayun, ito po mga kalokon. Sabi.
Basta ka na, Perks? Kumain ka na ba?
Kumain na ako.
Okay, favorite mo yung kinain mo ngayon bago mag-start? Perks, balita ko, makulit ka daw eh. Anong ginagawa mo bago matulog?
Tatanggal lang ano.
Ba't wala ka doon sa loob?
Saan? Ewan nga ano.
Hindi ka nila sinan!
Parang di nyo ako kampingan.
Laban-laban o bawi-bawi?
Laban-laban. Yes, yes.
Hindi ka pinalaki ng sex bomb.
Spaghetti pa alam ko dun eh.
Ano daw sabi ni
Sabi
Sanji?
niya, spaghetti pababa lang alam. Pero
Oo,
pataas
oo.
ang nagiging segment para
Oo,
dito
men.
sa liquid.
Okay.
Gusto ko yun ha, gusto ko yun ha. Maganda yun ha. 8 out of 10 ka doon. 8 out of 10. Pwede. Pero, nakita mo yun. Hindi ko alam ha. Naligo kaya si Sanji ngayong araw? Yes or no?
Oh,
Huwag kayong
Josie.
magalala, madla. Aamuin ko. Sabay ganun.
Kinonfirm. Hindi,
Oo, confirm. Pero huwag kayong malala, naligo naman yan araw.
Ilang linggo pa lang sa April, sabi niya twice a month na.
Oh, summer daw eh.
Okay, hulaan na lang natin kung ito yung araw na yun.
Well, siguro titingnan natin kung anong mangyayari sa laro kasi baka pag baka pag natalo sila baka naligo siya. Na-wash off yung mga init nung 4-0 run.
Pero depende din yon sa dasal ni Perks.
Ay,
Nakita
men.
mo yung sing-sing, merong mga ritual na ginagawa ang mga players. Ngayon ko lang narinig na nagkaroon ng dasal sa sing-sing. Kasi para po sa lahat ng mga hindi nakakaalam or siguro hindi pamilyar dito sa relationship between Perks and Liquid, he used to be their sixth man. Hindi man siya nagkaroon ng kahit anong playing time together with this team, yung learnings niya with Team Liquid ay yung hindi talaga matutumbasan ng mga natutunan.
Tama naman. Naisama siya sa World Tour actually ng Team
Yes.
Liquid. At sumama nga rin siya doon sa pagkuha ng sing-sing. Pero 5 ang pinagdasal niya doon. Hindi isa, 5.
Ang tanong, kaya ba ng powers ng Sing-Sing yung 5? Kasi medyo, yun eh, parang 1-to-1 lang yata eh. Pero, tingnan natin. Kasi, if we're gonna look at it, doon sa, binabanggit nga natin naging part ng Team Liquid, itong si Perks, maaari nga yung tendencies ng buong team ay alam niya. Kasi, they've been through together sa mga wins, mostly wins yun. That was way back last season. And, ito naman yung isang tinatawag nating rising star from Team Liquid Philippines. Teddy with the hero pool na meron siya right now. We have yet to see some heroes na nagamit niya na from MDL before. Marami siyang mga binubunot dahil, again guys, global ban sa MDL. So, merong mga nabubunot si Teddy na ibang heroes na kaya naman niyang gamitin. But now for MPL, 3 pa lang ata.
Yeah, but still, you can't help but admire yung stability na nami-mention natin kanina. This is a guy na, was deemed a lot of expectations mula sa maraming tao. Kasi syempre, considering yung naging ruta or yung naging daan patungo sa tagumpay ng Team Liquid from 2025, hindi na may iwasan ng mga tao na magkaroon ng comparisons. But based on his performance over the last 2 weeks, I feel like kung magkakaroon man ng tao na kailangan mag-step up in this specific moment, I feel like this is Ryzen because of how well he's performed in the last few seasons, and we need to see more of that today.
Yes, we all know Ryzen has the ability na kaya niyang mag-secure ng mga turtles and objectives the way we were not expecting it to happen. And isa sa mga malaking bagay din na kakaharapin niya, and he's up against Carl TZ na for the longest time we've been seeing Carl TZ kung retrihan lang ang labanan, nandun na eh. Naabot niya na yung tuktok ng pagiging retrigad dito sa MPL Philippines.
At hindi lang yun where it comes to the specialty naman, napagdaanan na ni Carl TZ, yung nag-struggle din siya on being the most credible when it comes to handling the Fredrin, na ginamit pa nga siyang middle name na Carl Fredrin na Pamuseno, plus vice versa naman, onto the assassin specialist naman na si Ryzen. You mentioned he needs to step up, but Team Liquid also plays very well when it comes to the draft na tinatanggal nila yung mga key heroes ng kanilang kalaban.
Since you were talking about the draft, Coach Snap and Coach Lembot, who are currently on stage, used to be in one coaching staff na magkasama sila ngayon sa Smart Omega. But now for Coach Alec Alvarado, he's with Team Liquid Philippines. He's right there on your screen. Sinusubukan niya na talunin yung kanyang naging mga dating kakampi, yung mga dating naging kasama sa coaching staff, and it is going to be the story to be told.
Atina, you mentioned earlier yung tendency ng Team Liquid to respect yung mga heroes ni Ryzen. And normally, you would only see the Fanny being banned sa red side. But it's Team Liquid just banning out the Fanny. First ban pa nila mismo. Respeto sa hero ni Ryzen. But then there goes that Freya ban. Coming from Smart Omega, Valentina is available. And Team Liquid is one of those teams na, okay, pag open yan, akin na.
I mean, pwede ka rin mag-pick up ng Fredrin if you want, but it's gonna be a Claude. This seems to be the pattern na madalas ginagawa talaga ng Team Liquid. It's to give Teddy a hero that he's very comfortable to go for. Kasi, gaya nga ng mga sinabi nyo, guys, we haven't seen a lot of heroes na nagagamit pa ni Teddy, pero yung mga nagamit niya pa lang, ano eh, kumbaga, pulido eh. Mas kita mo talaga. Yeah, but I think Palo is the perfect one.
Yep, tatlo, di ba? Kari, Claude, Moskov. Tatlo lang yung nagre-revolve na hero niya. Pero sa tatlong yun, hindi mo basta ilalang yung capability niya onto showcasing yung efficiency niya when it comes to the Claude. You mentioned nga na nire-revolve nila onto making him comfortable. May part din kasi na ayaw nilang malunod sa draft agad dito si Teddy.
Plus, nagpapakita naman sa resulta eh. They have been working with Teddy, just working with 3 heroes. Nananalo naman sila, so why change it? So again, if you are Omega, the answer is to go for quick meta heroes at mabilis ang ikot ng draft ngayon for both of the teams.
Seems like wala namang problema ang Team Liquid onto giving that Valentina to the hands of Smart Omega. Plus, answering it back immediately with a Phobius na answer mo na agad yung dash capability ng Valentina as well as the Fredrin. So it would really give an advantage para kay Sanford to do his job as the XP laner, to do his ever only job na guluhin yung mga objective takedowns ng kalaban, and dito nila ma-maximize din yung pagkaka-pick up nila ng Claude. Kasi kapag nagugulo yung formation ng Smart Omega, there goes that Claude just casually going in at siya pa yung makakakuha ng mga gandang bagay doon sa clash.
And the way to hold that formation is of course prioritizing the Valentina kasi he could copy the RWM. So magkakaroon sila ng simple box that could work into their favor at madodouble down pa ng absorption na gagawin later on dito ng Sora na pipiliin ng Smart Omega.
So there's at least 2 options para magkaroon ng crowd control dito ngayon ang kupunan ng Smart Omega. It's of course through the RWM, and then you also have the ultimate na manggagaling dito sa Sora. Plus, yung mga taunts pa pala na pwedeng panggalingan dito kay Ryzen. So again, if you are Team Liquid, you do have enough damage para makapalag. I feel like this is a composition that can heavily rely on those team fights, especially knowing na ito ngang Smart Omega tends to struggle in the later portions of the game pagdating sa mga ganung galaw.
Kailangan din nila kasing i-take into consideration na kung paano ba nila atakihin yung game na to. Either Guinevere or Leomord can pop out from Team Liquid Philippines. Tinanggal ng Smart Omega yung Hardy because they don't want to fight MPL PH na sila yung nambabasag ng formation because of that Hardy isolation. Now, for Team Liquid Philippines, they can either go for another route na kung saan kukuha pa sila ng mga assassins for Carl TZ. May Hayabusa tendency pa rin naman just in case, di ba? Para doon sa mga pan-dive sa backlines. Para lang din bigyan ng hindi magandang laro si Netsky when it comes to team fights. Pero they can go for a high loss na, I mean, river control, JP, comfortability sa high loss, nandun pa rin yun eh.
You know, I feel like a part of me is feeling a Leomord para dito kay Carl TZ. I mean, it's still available sa puntong ito. Minsan kasi mahirap yung sitwasyon para sa mga assassins whenever they tend to face a Fredrin pagdating sa mga objective takes. What do you think? Does it seem like an assassin is possible, or would you want to go for something else?
Well, kung titignan mo nga yung Leomord, mas okay siya na pansabayan. Kumbaga, nandyan din naman kasi yung backup ng Blazing Duet, nandyan din yung Eve for the damage over time. So, ang pwedeng gawin lang ni Carl TZ dito would be a role play para mag-sustain doon sa frontline at kahit pa paanong palagan yung initial damage output na kayang ibigay ng Smart Omega plus JP Hero. They can... Okay?
Just go for the high loss.
High loss. Ayun yung binabagit natin kanina pa na would really complement doon sa gustong gawin ng TLPH. pwedeng may RWM, tapos biglang merong glorious pathway dun sa dulo para lahat sila ipit kung saan gusto ng Team Liquid Philippines.
Maganda tong slow burn actually for Team Liquid PH. Meanwhile, for Smart Omega, Netski yet again, pinapatunayan lang, nabanggit natin kanina that he's a marksman of all trades, showcasing non-meta heroes, pero mapapagana ba? A Hanabi again here para sa MPL.
Man, super fans, kung handa na kayo sa laban na to, siguro handa na rin kayo magkaroon ng chance na manalo ng 1,000 MLBB Diamonds. All you have to do is to predict the match winner correctly. Scan nyo lang ang QR code to know more in, sabihin ko sana 3, 2, 1, kaso nawala na. So, wala. Sorry, direct. Pero anyway, to continue, ito na naman yun. Hanabi ulit na gagamitin ng Smart Omega. Just like what Athena has mentioned kanina, sinets yung mga ganong klase ng manlalaro na hindi takot na mag-step outside of his comfort zone. He's very willing to use Brunos and Hanabis and kung ano-ano pang mga marksman.
First time we saw this was up against AP Bren. But unfortunately for Smart Omega, they lost it. And kita-kita mo yung difference eh. A first speaker gold laner and a last speaker gold laner. Team Liquid Philippines prioritized that Claude over anybody else, and Smart Omega just casually picking up a Hanabi on their very last pick.
Weirdly enough, it's the first and the last pick. It's the Alphas versus Omega dito sa laban natin ngayon para matapos ang unang araw of week number 3 as the same routine continues. Dahil nga walang Zushin, I feel like this is a totally different, mid lane from what we saw, especially over the last 2 weeks.
But, sumubok lang din ang Smart Omega doon sa point na yun because they have to. Kailangan nilang i-maximize yung early presence ng Khalid Valentina. This is a very deadly combo during the early. Damage is there, mobility is enough, and sustain-wise, pag nag-level 2 agad si Perxiva, lamang agad siya doon sa Hylos.
Kaya naman yun din, yung inaantay ngayon na para sa Smart Omega na magkaroon ng advantage, kahit slight advantage, okay na yun para kay Perxiva. But meanwhile, sa top lane din naman, ito yung mas expect natin later on na magkakaroon ng bakbakan.
Yung laning phase is the first thing that both teams will have to worry about as of this moment. Carl TZ looking for the other side of the jungle para makakuha siya ng green camps, trying to deprive itong si Ryzen ng kahit anumang green minions right around the jungle. It's still stalemate para sa ating dalawang teams. Wala pang masyadong nagkakaroon ng kaganapan kahit nga yung kanilang mga battle spells ay hindi pa nako-consume. So both teams really playing it quite calculated the first few minutes.
One more thing to consider is that yung reliance nila sa kanilang mga ultimates. For Team Liquid Philippines, they really need the RWM plus the Glorious Pathway to at least make something happen for them. And for Smart Omega, ganun din lang naman yung hinihintay ng isang Valentina because the moment na mas mauna siya mag-level 4, which sabay naman nangyari, meron na rin silang own version of their RWM. So a lot might happen onto this turtle.
At paunahan na kagad sila para makapwesto sa ngayon. It's gonna be an 8,000 pero tinan mo si Perks. Tumatani pa dun sa likod, but they are not just giving it any more.
Okay, ngayon nag-aantay lang din sila JP, capitalizing doon sa Glorious Pathway, pero maka-cancel out lang. They're caught on the box. Mingwin with the first blood. It's going to be another kill nga ba? That's si Sanford ay mabibigyan na din. An early double kill para Turtle para kila Carl TZ. Chase on the Perxiva. He will get away naman on that list.
So, Liquid probably didn't expect so much damage mula sa Omega, but at least they got a Turtle.
Turtle, kapalit nga lang ng dalawang buhay. And I would still give the advantage out to the hands of Smart Omega. I mean, yung paggamit ni Mingwin sa kanyang RWM, kinulong lang din niya yung mga nagzo-zone away from Team Liquid Philippines. And it's still better to get something in return than to get nothing at all. Kasi alam ng Smart Omega na because of the zone na ginawa ni JP and even neto ni Sanford, hindi na makakalapit si Ryzen. Sobrang baba ng buhay niya eh.
Men, bukod sa sobrang baba, tingnan mo din mamaya yung heart rate ni Carlmen. Nakita ko yata 68 eh. Low cortisol CAR TC, men. 66-60 oh. Tingnan mo. Kung sakaling hindi nyo po alam, meron na po tayong, of course, heart rate or BPM ng ating mga manlalaro just to know more about how they're feeling inside the game. It's 2-0 para sa Omega, pero nakuha ng Team Liquid yung pinakaunang objective. Still, not much has been happening aside from Omega already developing yung kanilang 1.1k gold lead.
Ganoon din yung ginagawa ng Smart Omega. Sinasabayan nila kung ano man yung gustong mangyari ng Team Liquid Philippines. And we're going back to what we said during the Infinix Keys to Victory na kailangan lang nilang i-match kung ano yung binibigay ng Team Liquid Philippines. Because hand in hand, kayang pumalag ng lineup na meron sila. In fact, yung Valentina against that Eve, para ka lang din may sariling Eve. So, kung kailan magsisimula ang Team Liquid, doon lang din magsisimula, pero...
Agaya, sisimulan na agad nila Perks, an instant kill. Kakabanggit mo pa lang na may sarili kang Eve. Pinatungan pa ng Raging Sandstorm. And now, they're closing in on the bottom side. Pero, early vision din para kala Carl TZ. Mukhang hindi na yata magtutuloy for another extended team fight.
Amin, ang nakuha nila ay walang iba kundi si Sanji. That's a damage dealer down para sa kanilang kupunan. Good presence of awareness mula dito kay Perksiva para ma-dish out yung Raging Sandstorm and of course, give another kill para dito sa Omega na ngayon pumupwesto na gamit yung tatlo at si JP pa lamang ang namataan doon.
Okay, nag-aantay lang naman siya. Medyo malapit naman na sa vicinity din sila Sanji and Carl TZ. Chasing the barbell, Phantom Seed activated. Caught onto the box dito sila Ryzen na lumalaban pa rin naman Sanford holding back Perksiva. Carl TZ with a retry here onto the turtle habang magsisiatrasa na muna ang barangay.
And kahit gaano kalugi ang Liquid in terms of kills, you can respect the game of Carl in getting those turtles.
Nakita rin kasi nila okay, wala na. Ginamit na yung WM na kinopya. So wala na silang way para makapag-start ng team fight. Therefore, we can start ourselves. Nandun yung glorious pathway ni JP. Sakto rin na enough yon para hindi umalis si Ryzen doon sa loob ng turtle pit. Tapos na-punish siya ng Team Liquid Philippines.
And that's exactly yung ginagawa rin naman ngayon ng TLPH. Punishing yung mga umiikot dito ng mga members ng Smart Omega. But Netsky is also being really careful right now. At alam naman nila may kutob sila na pipili talagang pumitas din ng TLPH.
Oh no, parang sa ngayon hindi pa natin nakikita yung vision sa pag-pick up nitong Hanabi. As expected, magsistay lang yan sa lane just like what the Claude is gonna be doing. Obviously, wala namang mangyayari dito. Ano bang nakikita natin? Wait lang! Sorry James, sorry Sanford. I retract my former statement. Meron palang nangyari, pero walang nagalusan at walang namatay sa pagkakataon na to. So far, it's just Omega taking care of business, still keeping that 1,000 gold lead.
Wasted yung ultimate ng isang Sora doon sa interaction na yon. Kaya naman alam din nila, go time, bigyan na natin yung Sora.
Okay, simple lang naman ang gagawin doon nila Cartezy, pero hindi pala magiging simple ang chase down nila kay James. Right on the very last second, makakatakas pa rin. You also have the flicker exhausted para sa kanya.
Marked safe. Itong si James nakawala pa sa pagkakataon na yun. It means that DLPH could not convert on that. Pero bahagya, pinapababa na nila. Kahit papaano yung lamang. Again, this is still anybody's ball game, right? 800 lang ang kalamangan. But if you look at it, the gold ranking, si Netsky nagbubunga na yung insurance nitong kupunan na Smart Omega.
That's gonna be the massive turn kasi yung turtle ay mapupunta doon sa top side kung saan nandoon si Netsky. So it's either a full-on 5-on-5 or sasayawan at susubukan nilang mag-force muna ng pick-off bago mismo mag-objective. Kasi it seems like mukhang papunta na sa isang matinding team fight.
Okay, doon na nga mismo yung direksyon para sa Smart Omega. Ryzen, hindi makakakuha ng turtle. Still, 3 straight turtles para kay Carl TZ. Teddy chasing down members here of Smart Omega. Menguin caught doon on the crossfire pero makakatakas. Dash out of the Carton Shade. Our Ryzen ngayon ay may ipit. Mako-corner with a Bracer's Rat. Retaining yung life niya. But for how long? Sapat na pala yung oras para makaligtas siya. Flying Clouds of Perksiva and Sanford by E1. Dodging all the bullets coming from Ryzen and Netsky. But Teddy, on the other hand, magpo-focus sa may bandang mid lane. That's going to be the trade na gustong kunin ng TLPH.
At sa dami ng hampasan na nangyari, dun pa lamang sa simula, wala man lang nagalusan, pero si Carl na naman ang nakakuha ng pagong at may turret pa kasama sa gitna.
Bigla-biglang ino-off tempo ng Team Liquid. Yung akala mong sobrang bagal, biglang minamadali yung mga bagay-bagay. And hindi lang yun, nagiging cover din yung galaw ng Team Liquid Philippines para kay Teddy doon sa mid lane. Kasi it's as if gusto lang lumaban ng Team Liquid Philippines. Pinipwersa nila yung Smart Omega na dito lang kayo. Hindi kayo makakapag-react sa mid. Thus giving that free turret papunta sa kamay ng Team Liquid.
And as of this moment, Perksiva slowly feeling the damage na ngayon ay binibitawan na nitong si Teddy after getting his first kill in this specific game. Smart Omega finally loses control of the lead and TLPH holding on to at least 800 na nakikita natin sa ngayon. Both of the teams humahanap lang ng tamang pick-off, tamang tempo para makapag-dish out ng damage. But Carl successfully trying to shove away the minion sa may bandang itaas. Masasalubong niya itong si James. So that's information na malayo si Carl towards the Lord. But I feel like this is still gonna be enough time para makapunta siya sa major objective.
Pero mukhang i-go pa rin siya dito ni Carl Easy. James as well. Napilita mag-transform sa bayan ng kanyang dalawa. Nakita-kita kahit pinagsaso sa pakpak. Sa baka magiging tusok dito ni Carl TZ James. Falling down on the 1v1.
Ducati drive-by. Carl TZ nakakuha ng solo kill.
At first, we thought na siya ba yung malulugi kasi Thunderform din yung ginamit. But Big Win with a mission to kill. Carl TZ, walang jungler ng Team Liquid Philippines.
Mukhang go na ito para kala Sanford. Perxiva medyo magdadasal sa pinakagilid. Ryzen chasing them away. Mingwin medyo nagdelikado doon. But meanwhile, si Carl TZ nahuli nila ng ganun kabilis din.
Yeah, but look at this. Hindi pa rin nagkakaroon ng tsansa na magkaroon ng lure opportunity para dito sa Smart Omega. Mukhang mabubuhay pa si Carl TZ at aabutan niya itong clash na makikita natin sa ngayon. Mingwin nasa may bandang kanan ng mapa. JP is right there at the river trying to give out information para sa kanyang mga kakampi. Teddy, nowhere to be found itong Smart Omega. Both of them sizing each other up and again, naabutan pa ni Carl TZ itong Lord.
Nakipagtantsahan ang nakipagtantsahan eh. And let's give it to JP and Sanford na nandun sa frontline, alam nila na wala bang damage output na kaya silang banatan.
Okay, pwede nga banatan, pero doon sa pinakalikod naman makakalusot pa rin si Teddy with a BMI habang dancing around the map dito si Sanford. Catching off guard sila Perks. So ngayon, sasaluhin agad nila JP yung mga damage na magagaling dito Smart Omega. But not before long na makukuha muna ni Carl TZ yung Lord. Sabay kuha rin sa buhay ni Perxiva. Securing the double kill, Mingwin. Nag-isa, pero kakayanin. Outmaneuvering members dito na sila Sanji. Pero yung damba at yung pagtadabog nila Sanford at Teddy ay magbubunga. Carl TZ on the back lane chasing down Netsky. Hindi niya yata habulin. Hindi niya hahayaan na makaligtas. That's going to be official wipeout. Laban sa barangay.
Sa liquid ang Lord. Sa liquid ang inyong mga buhay. Sa liquid ang lamang.
Carl TZ with a perfect retribution na kahit pa sobrang gulo na nang nangyayari, sobrang disoriented na ng Team Liquid Philippines. In fact, sila pa yung mas nanggugulo, mas naguguluhan pa yung Smart Omega sa mga gagawin nila. And even, may mga nakikita tayong trade-offs sa mga kills from Mingwin and Netsky. Kaso nga lang, hindi nila kayang sabayan yung Team Liquid kapag sinagasaan na sila ng tuloy-tuloy.
Again, Carl TZ with the use of this Leomord. Solo kill, team fights, retributions. Ano bang pwede mong asahan dito kay Carl TZ trying to do every single thing para dito sa Team Liquid Philippines. But Joshi Cakes, tama ka. You gotta give props din para dito kay JP at kay Sanford. Really sacrificing their lives but efficiently. Kasi hindi man lang sila namamatay during that clash. Pero ngayon si Netsky ang punteriya.
Grabe talaga naman na sila dito numatake. Tatlo members ng TLPH rumaragasa na nananagasa sa mga members ng Smart Omega.
Netsky is still A-OK. Sa ngayon, meron na siyang 7.3k gold. Built na rin yung Trinity build. But as of this moment, when can we expect na mag-pop off itong si Netsky?
Kailangan maging pabor sa kanya lahat ng pwesto na meron ng Team Liquid Philippines. Pag kumonekta yung Iganbana, ang kaso nga lang, kapag nasa loob siya ng RWM, mararamdaman din niya yung same na sakit. Diba? Hindi naman niya kayang mag-dish out at tumayo ng matagal doon sa gitna ng laban kasi merong tumatalo na Sanford, merong nakababad na JP, tapos eventually biglang may tutuhog sa'yo na Carl TZ. And that has been the story ever since. Paulit-ulit na ginagawa ng Team Liquid Philippines, hindi nga sila yung sobrang nag-i-initiate. Sila yung nagka-counter-react doon sa nakikita nila. Kapag wala na yung resources ng Smart Omega, tsaka sila papalag. And for Smart Omega, kailangan nakaka-lead Valentina sila eh. So they have to be the aggressors right now. Kailangan makuha agad yung RWM, sila yung mag-force kung ano yung play.
And I feel like yun naman yung ginagawa ni Mingwin, right? We saw him making some big plays para hindi talaga makakuha ng one-sided na kalamangan yung Team Liquid Philippines during the team fights. Ang nagiging problema doon was the next up motion, yung follow-up damage na dapat sana ay manggagaling dun sa iba. But Omega is having a hard time na ipwesto si Nets dun sa mga lungga dahil nga dun sa RWM na pinibigay nitong si Sanji. So you would expect that the Lone Stallion would conserve yung kanyang real-world manipulation kasi hindi niya pwedeng gamitin yan basta-basta knowing that if he misses, may Netsky talaga na nakaabang. Pero sa ngayon, all he would do is to just clear up house.
Ayun na.
And for Carl TZ, enough signal na yata yun para kunin ang susunod na Lord.
Okay, cheese down agad dito kay Perxiva. Even the Glorious Pathway was committed.
Wow.
Willing sila. They commit yung ultimate sila just to take Perxiva. Pero makakatakas. Meanwhile, may ipit naman sa sitwasyon si James. It's going to be a free hit here para kay Teddy. Mengguin sa ginayang real world manipulation. Magkakaroon ba ng counter kill? Mukhang hindi. Sila pa yata yung mabawabawasan. At muntik pa silang makuha doon. Si Teddy habang si Netsky is going in. Pumutas muna ng base agad dito ng TLPH.
Pero napaligiran na siya ng dalawa.
Pumita sa kamay, sa kapupunta, wag kang gagalaw na masama. Nag-aabang agad dito sila JP and Sanford. Taking him down. May Lord na kailangan depensa ng Smart Omega. Bawas sila ng firepower.
Major loss para dito sa Smart Omega. Wala ang kanilang main damage dealer at kumakatok na ang Liquid sa kanilang pintuan.
Kakayanin pa ba nilang depensa nito dahil ngayon dadampa yung Lord. Wala na ang ilan sa mga pwedeng tumunaw dito kay Lacarl TZ Barbiel with a Phantom Seed already been activated. Glorious Pathway chase down doon kala Mingwit pati kay Raiden hit and run agad nagiging strategy dito ng Stampede. James will be taken down as well. Pero grabe na yung pagkatok, yung pangharabas doon ng Liquid.
Men, literal na sagasa yung ginagawa.
Oh my G, sagasa gaming.
Pati ako, nasagasahan doon. Bumubuelo na ako, pre.
Nasagasaan yung tower. Kaya nag-boss. Pero hindi. Ibang klase ang nakita natin mula sa Team Liquid. I wonder what the call was like para kay Nets na manatili doon. I mean, sure, napabagsak niya yung inhibitor. That was probably part of their plan. Pero at the cost of his life, with the Lord marching in the middle.
Clearly so not worth it. If you are Smart Omega, yes. Maganda na nakakuha kayo ng outer turret out of something. An inhibitor turret out of something. Pero nung namatay siya, sobrang baba ng chance ng Smart Omega to defend that Lord down. Siya yung inaasahan for that overall damage over time ng Smart Omega. But because wala siya dun sa moment na yun, it could have cost them the game.
I feel like you would still appreciate yung mga nakangiting fans ng Smart Omega. Oy, shoutouts kay Goyong, men. Kamusta? How's it going?
Mr. Goyong DR.
Maraming salamat.
Mr. Zach Martinez.
Mabuhay ka, pare. On the other hand, siyempre, nandyan pa rin ang ating mga Liquid faithful na masayang masaya sa nakikita nilang performance. Kasi kung tutuusin, walang laban or walang retry na pumalya mula kay Carl TZ. Pagulo man, siya lang mag-isa. Same resulta.
Now what we pointed that out during the matchup against Ryzen. Ryzen is one of those junglers din na may ganong tendency. Yung ultimate perfect retry.
Boom!
Pero ito ang perfect din opportunity para kay Senta as we move forward. And this time, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang Stampede. And it's going to be Team Liquid Philippines securing game number
you can, which hindi nagawa ng Smart Omega. They were unable to make the most of that Hanabi situation.
Yes, and kung titignan din kasi natin, Claude and Hanabi, both of them, parehas kasi silang kailangang mag-scale up. But we're looking at this man who never missed an objective, who never missed a retribution. Kinabayo tayo ng kambing.
Nakadukati pa nga eh.
Paano yun? Pero gets ko eh.
Gets mo, di ba?
Gets ko eh. Kinabayo tayo ng kambing, man. I mean, you gotta appreciate greatness.
Yep.
Wala. I found no words, pero men, kung nagtataka kayo, bakit biglang bumitaw ng ganon si Carl TZ, that is because he got the Lord at nag-get out din tayo. Dahil habang tinitignan nyo ang highlights, nandito ang Sex Bomb, ladies and gentlemen, magingay MPL Arena! Grabe, no? Andito nga sila. Where could they be?
Diba?
Andun sila sa likod.
Sakto!
MPL Arena, sabay-sabay nga tayo sumigaw ng get out in 1, 2, 3, get out!
Grabe naman talaga!
Mabuhay po ang Sex Bomb. Maraming salamat po sa major collaboration. Maraming salamat po sa pagbibigay ng sticker. Maraming salamat po dahil dinala nyo na po yung round 6 dito.
Salamat!
Iba, men. Si Carl, andito na naman si Carl. Going back. Siguro pinapanood nyo yung highlights. Sige, hayaan mo na namin kayo manood ng highlights.
Okay, panoorin nyo yung highlights.
Diba? Kasi kami mismo, nandito na yung highlight ng buhay namin, mga legit na pinalaki ng Sex Bomb.
Yan!
Lahat ng mga pinalaki ng Sex Bomb ay narito sila mismo sa MPL Arena, men.
Tol, kinakabahan na ako para kay Thea at kay Odin.
Ako din eh.
Feeling ko hindi nila kakayanin.
Feeling ko hindi na nila
Feeling ko
kinakaya
hindi nila kakayanin. Yun ang dalawang mga pinalaki talaga ng Sex Bomb ng tunay eh. Pero, men, sigurado naman ako, si Carl, isa sa mga yon. Kaya siya ganyan kalakas. Di ba?
Tama.
Pinalaki din siya ng Sex Bomb. I feel like, sa ngayon, 15 minutes, ilan ang members nila? 15 din ata. Feeling ko, naramdaman ko, men, 15 minutes, it all interconnects eh.
Yun nga, makikita mo eh. And literal na pinalaki ng Sex Bomb ang TLPH dahil sa kanilang laban mindset,
Oo,
men.
tsaka yung showdown ni Sanford at JP sa harap, ganun na ganun eh. Diba? And nakita naman natin how explosive TLPH when it comes to this game number 1 alone.
And yun nga binabanggit natin kanina eh, na for Team Liquid, they have the Clot. For Smart Omega, they have the Hanabi. If you're gonna look at it, pareha silang kailangan ng oras to scale up. But then for Team Liquid Philippines, para nilang minadali yung oras to a point na nakapag-scale na yung Clot tapos yung Hanabi hindi pa. Out of desperation, yes, nagpunta si Netsky sa bottom lane just to get a turret down. Kailangan niya ng farm, kailangan niyang ma-isolate, kailangan niya ng space. Pero, handa na rin kasi yung Team Liquid to invade the space of the other members of Smart Omega. While even Ryzen, hirap na hirap siyang lumaban sa objective dahil merong dalawang nasa harap niya palagi. May Hylos kang katabi, may Sanford ka pang katabi, may Phobius ka pa. Lahat ng mga bagay na yun yung nagpahirap sa Smart Omega on their early and mid.
Tol, isipin mo katabi mo yung Phobius, tapos nasa ibabaw mo, katabi mo yung Hylos, nasa ibabaw mo yung Phobius, parang, pwede ba huminga?
Okay.
Yun yung posibleng naiisip ni Ryzen, men. Sobrang hirap nung kanya naging sitwasyon and just major props to the suffocation tactic na ginawa dito ng Team Liquid Philippines. But of course, for everybody who's watching, Sip Purified Water is filtered through volcanic rocks for a crisp, clean taste that quenches like no other. Sige Josh, inom ka muna. Alis uhaw, sip na. Kasi kung hindi nyo pa nakukuha, kunin nyo na, baka kunin pa ng iba, yan ang tubig namin dito. But of course, on the other hand, if you see the Max 5D on stage, that is because of clever engineering keeping these teams locked in. No distractions, just pure performance. Brought to you by TT Racing Philippines. We have your back.
Sobrang komportable talaga na to. Even as casters, is a huge relief na ganito ka-komportable tayo habang nagkakas ng mga ganitong katitending games.
Nakati-4 ka na nga eh, di ba? You gotta respect the game. Di ba? Respeto yan, men. Ganyan ka-komportable si Athena at ako sa bahay. Kasi ito din yung upuan ko men sa bahay.
Same na same.
Men, same na same. Like legit talaga. Pero ito, gusto kong malaman kung ano ba ang postura ng ating mga manonood na nandito sa ngayon kasi malalaman natin kung sino ba ang maa-awardan ng ating Smart Power Pose Award. Ang gagayahin nyo ay walang iba kundi si Teddy. Nako, parang nakabonus na yata yung mga nakasuot ng liquid na jersey. Pero kahit hindi naman kayo nakasuot, pwede pa rin. Siya ba yan?
Baba mo konti. Baba nyo konti. Yan.
Yan. Grabe oh. Jawline ni ate oh. I love it, amen.
Pumapalag.
Uy, si Ay, ito na. Nakita na tayo ng matchup.
Para matchup to,
Nakita na
1v1.
tayo ng matchup.
1v1
Nako,
gold lane, oh.
Huwag mong bibitawan yan, kuya. Patahimikin mo silang lahat. Diyan ka lang. Kaya mo yan.
Hindi siya nagbe-break ng karakter.
Grabe, oh. Para to sa lahat ng mga online viewers.
Ayun na.
Siya na talaga. Nung nakita niya yung pamphlet, sabi niya, ay, ako na, pwede na yan. Ay, ito na.
Ayan na.
Tumayo ka pa talaga.
Tumayo pa talaga.
Men, yan ang mga gusto ko nakikita. Men, major shoutout sa'yo, pare. Alam ko, siguro naiinitan ka sa init ng laban, kaya siguro nakatambay lang yung sweater mo. Pero men, congratulations dahil ikaw ang nagwagi sa ating Smart Power Pose. Pero, hindi lang yan. Because super fans, did you know that men are 5 times more prone to dandruff? Don't let flakes ruin your focus.
Power up with Clear Man. Its triple kill power gives you 100% dandruff-free hair for that ultimate fresh feel. Supercharged with Clear.
Ba talaga?
Isang hawi yun.
Yan,
Isa pang hawi doon.
Yan, panalo talaga ang mga, ang mga humahawi ng buhok. Basta malago ang buhok mo, panalo ka dito sa MPL Arena, men. Congratulations, mabuhay ka. Naway magamit mo yan sa baligo mo. Isang tao na naman ang umagaw sa shampoo ni Sanji. Kaya hindi makaligo. Diba? Yan ang sikreto. Diba?
Pili ko, panawagan sa Clearman, bigyan niyo po si Sanji.
Oo.
Para po mainggan niyo po siyang maligo.
Tama.
Diba? Kasi sa ngayon, mukhang hindi na naman siya naligo.
Mukha nga eh.
Kasi ang ganda na naman ng pinakita ng Liquid. But hey, we've talked enough about Team Liquid Philippines. Let's talk about Smart Omega. Kasi sa ngayon or kanina, maganda naman yung simula nila eh. It's just that they were unable to maintain it. Ano ba yung mga dapat nilang or pwede nilang gawin towards that?
Awatin yung kamay ni Carl Easy mag-retry. I think yun.
Well, mahirap gawin yun.
Okay.
That's one thing, pero mahirap gawin natin. Hindi pwede.
Okay, give me other options.
Plausible. Yung plausible.
Pero, again, someone has to back up Penguin. This guy.
Oh.
During that game, I think that was 11 minutes or 10 minutes, 5 yung kill score ng Omega, and 4 of those were Mingwins. So, kailangan may mag-back up sa galaw ni El Capitan Mingwin dito sa game na to. Yes, nandiyan sa Perk 7, nakakasabay siya doon sa aggression, pero kailangan maging bonded maging united yung galaw nila. Hindi lang basta sabay-sabay silang nag-aagro. Dapat may greater purpose yung mga bagay. They have to layer what they have to do. Kasi there are lots of times na kung saan naiipit na lang si James mag-isa. Naiiwan si Mingwin, nakaka-outplay siya, pero mamamatay din siya afterwards.
You know, and it feels like para kay Nets naman, I think you have to give an active hero para kay Nets. Hanabi's just a little too passive for his personality and for his playstyle.
Actually,
na para bang mawawala yung angas mo pagka yung Hanabi yung gamit mo. Kasi syempre, hindi ko naman po sinasabi na hindi maangas lahat ng mga Hanabi users. Di-disclaimer ko na po yan. Pero base dun sa nakita natin kanina, kinailangan niya pa kasing mag-farm talaga ng sobra. And in fact, dun sa Flying Clouds na mabilis rumespo yung karamihan sa mga kakampi ng Liquid kanina, it was so difficult for Netsky to find something.
At yun rin yung naging susi nila to preventing, nakabasag ka. You mentioned kanina na it's better to receive something than to receive nothing. Pero kailangan mo ring i-gauge kung ano yung mas makakabuti sa inyo.
Wait lang, tol. Expanding Rivers, 10 out of 10, 100% win rate.
Sa 10 games na nakita natin,
Pick rate.
sa 10 games na nakita nating nalaro ang Expanding Rivers, all of those were picked by the teams during Game 1 and Game 2. And lahat ng yun ay lahat ng games na nilaro yun ay pinik ang Expanding Rivers. Tapos, 7 out of 3 were wins out of those 10. So, 70% win rate sa Expanding Rivers. And ito yung pinakasikat recently sa mga teams. But right now, on to this day, nagbago bigla yung trend. Na kanina, sa Series 1, nakita natin, Broken Walls yung unang pinili. Tapos yung sumunod, Flying Clouds, wala pang Rivers. Ngayon, Flying Clouds yung pinili, wala pa ring Rivers. Ano ang nangyayari? After ng break, biglang, wala, erase week 1, week 2.
No, tapos yung Zushin, yun na yung pumalit sa Valentina. Diba? Lumipat na sa red side yung Valentina para pang may na-discover yung mga teams na hindi natin namalayan. Kasi syempre, tayo, mga nag-RG lang naman tayo, casual gamer lang naman tayo. Pero sila, they used the break just to find something new that they could use to potentially win some games. And in fact, nakita rin ng mga tao kanina, yung broken walls talaga ang nasa pinakaibaba because that is, of course, the most neutral map that will be given for the game. Pero sa ngayon, expanding rivers ang pili.
Okay, balik ulit tayo dito when it comes to the mobility sa mapa. Mas faster na facing para Smart Omega. Sabi mo nga, it's too slow pace when it comes to Hanabi sa playstyle ni Netsuki. So let's make it faster whole round. Yung
Okay.
magiging galaw ng Smart Omega.
Fighter gold lanes can be expected. Omega Harith can be expected. The Grangers can also pop out. And ito yung bigay ng expanding rivers. Parang mas mapapabilis yung respo nung side lanes mo doon sa objectives, whether it is on the XP side or it is on the gold side. So, para tayo dito pwede tayong makakita ng mas magulo na early mid game than game number 1. Kasi kanina ng game number 1, puro tansyahan puro ambahan lang hanggang sa biglang full commit doon sa isa. Ngayon, we can see some chaos na pwedeng i-expect sa game na to.
Yeah, I feel like for Smart Omega, nakuha naman nila yung branding nila kanina. They were able to take the first blood. Diba? Yun yung nakita natin dun sa graph na they heavily punish yung mga slight extensions na mga teams kontra sa kanila every time na nagpapakiramdaman pa lang. I feel like that is an advantage that they have been doing all throughout the season. It's just that yung kanilang momentum is hard to maintain pagdating na nung middle up to the later portions ng laro na kailangan talaga nilang malinis and they have to find a way to do that kontra dito kay JP, who is now the third player in MPL Philippines history na makarating sa 3,000 assists. That's incredible.
Madadagdagan pa to si seasons go by. Pero congrats kay Daddy JP for reaching another milestone dito sa MPL.
Kung hindi nyo nakita, yung nasa likod niya ay si Carl TZ at si Few. Yun ang kanyang dalawang kasama and what a storied roster that seems out to be. Malalaman natin sa pagpapatuloy ng MPL kung sino pa makakarating doon. But for now, you just have to appreciate the greatness na nakikita natin from Team Liquid as an organization because Team Liquid PH that you guys know and Team Liquid ID back there in Indonesia are both undefeated as we speak.
Anong nangyari nung off-season? Bakit ganito kapalo ang Liquid in general? Liquid PH and Liquid ID, pareha sila na namamayagpag sa kanilang regions. And now, for this specific series, match point na naman ang Team Liquid Philippines. Another game to book. Makaka 5-0 na at undefeated pa rin ang Team Liquid Philippines.
You know, you gotta appreciate how, they were able to find their players, pick their players. Yung coaching staff that probably seemed like a risk for other people turned out to be a reward para dito sa organization na to. It's all about building that trust through games and through delivering victories para sa iyong kupunan. Pero Smart Omega being one of probably the longest organizations that we have had dito mismo sa MPL Philippines, I feel like meron pang kayang ibuga itong kupunan na ito. Meron pang star factor na hindi pa nila na-unleash. And I feel like if there is a time for them to unleash that, it's against Liquid.
I get it. Yes, Mingwin is an MDL superstar. But nandito na siya sa MPL Kaharap niya na yung mga superstars among superstars. And hindi naman sa superstars. This is Team Liquid we're talking about.
Oh. And maybe he's the diamond in the rough para sa Smart Omega. As diamonds are formed under pressure and under pressure ngayon na Smart Omega. Maybe this is the slight wake-up call. Hindi nga slight is the huge wake-up call for them to finally get into the groove. You mentioned na superstar ang katapat, but you can also be your own superstar in another way. Katulad nga sinabi mo, kailangan lang na magbaback up dito kay Cap Mingwin.
Yup, it's gonna be a matter of also playing to your strengths. Again, I'm building up on that just because we saw Mingwin use the Valentina from a while ago. Perksiba was also aggressive. Pero again, MLBB is a team game. MLBB is a system na pag merong isa that doesn't feel like yung function niya ay talagang ginagawa niya towards the attack, then it might be a little difficult for them to work around. Then, kontra dito sa Team Liquid where we see the system flowing towards them, it might be, Smart Omega having to learn from it right away. Pero tingnan mo to, men. Fastest level 15 in a game. Nakarating na rin tayo sa sub. Kumbaga, kung may mga nag-10 kilometer run na sub 1 hour, ito men, level 15, sub 10 minutes, 9:37.
Grabe, no, yung kabilisan and efficiently. So, pwede nga siyang idagdag doon kanina sa featured natin, the strongest, we have the best, and we have the fastest Suyu, level 15 in MPL.
Alam mo, PR no? May PR si Carl 9:37. Level 15.
May PR?
May PR, may personal record.
Ano kayang heart rate yun yan? No?
Kanina, 64. Average.
Ay, sobrang ang...
Nag-100. Umabot sa 100
naman.
na mga ilang moments. Pero again, majority of it is 64. That is the GOAT for you. Just still being very... being a statistical leader sa kahit saan nating nakita. I know you guys have been waiting for game number 2. Huwag kayong mag-alala. We're gonna make sure na makikita nyo yan as soon as possible. But for now, for Smart Omega, for a rookie captain gaya ni Mingwin na nabanggit na nga ni Joshi kanina, I feel like the task or yung bola ay nandito naman kay Ryzen at na kay James din. They have been the veterans of this squad for a while and I can't wait to see them perform the way that they should in terms of reaching their potential.
We're talking about Prexiva being with Team Liquid Philippines for the past seasons. Why are we not talking about James being with them nung time na Echo pa sila? Nandun na rin si James noon and by that time, nagkaroon ng era, nagkaroon ng point sa management ng Echo na ang ka-scream lang nila ay ang Echo Proud. Echo Loud versus Echo Proud lang paulit-ulit. Yep. And that's Sanford versus James we're talking about on the EXP.
At nagkaroon ng huge success actually yun both the Echo Proud and Echo Loud era nila. So yung success na yun is how will they incorporate it for Smart Omega kasi for the longest time, James has been, sabihin natin, struggling to find yet again na magkaroon siya ng right footing when it comes to dominance. Pero ngayon, they need to set the foot upwards pagdating dito sa draft natin.
Alam mo na, alala ko na-imagine ko na tuloy yung mga trash talk kanila dati, no? Since sila lang naman na magkaka-scream, tapos paglabas, sabay-sabay kakain.
Pagbabasketball.
Medyo awkward, pero gets ko yung punto eh. I mean, for now, this is gonna be the sudden shift na gagawin ngayon ng Smart Omega. They're gonna be respecting the GOAT here, trying to eliminate both the utility junglers, pero yung Leo Horde ang ginamit ni Carl TC kanina. I wonder if they're still gonna be going that route.
I mean, getting those two heroes out, may Guinevere, may Leomord, may Suyu. Pag naubos na lahat ng yon, may mga assassins, may Harley, may Hayabusa, may Lancelot.
Sobrang dami pa rin talaga.
So, there are a lot of options if you are Team Liquid Philippines, even though if you've been targeted, Carl TC has been targeted during this first phase of the banning. Now, Jushin ba ang ready silang ibigay? And Sora ba? Okay, so hindi sila ready ibigay yung Jushin. Instead, they're going for that Valentina Sora trade.
Yep, and you've mentioned nga na pwede rin naman magkaroon tayo ng fighter gold laner here. Sa pali, ito talaga yung hindi mo pwedeng let go ng sabay. The Valentina here para sa Smart Omega. Meanwhile, pwedeng prioritization pa rin ng hero ba ni Teddy? Or pwedeng sa Red 3 pa yan?
Oh, Claude ba to ulit? Sila lang ang katangi-tanging team, I would say, if I remember, na gumagawa niya na ayun nga. Ayun na naman siya. Back at it again with another Claude gameplay para dito kay Teddy. It seems like the LPH has found the formula at wala pang kahit sino dito sa MPL PH na nagbaban ng Claude.
Oh.
They feel like it's not worth it of a ban, to be honest.
Yes, it is not worth it of a first phase ban. So, nandun pa siya sa mga Red 4, Red 5, or Blue 4, Blue 5 ban lumalabas. And nakukuha ng TLPH lagi yung Claude kasi nga naman, hindi siya worth it na tanggalin agad eh. So, why not get what's not been broken? And that's the Claude. For Smart Omega, allow the adjustment. But na hindi na sila kumuha ng sobrang passive na hero like Hanabi or Netsky. Kumuha na sila ng carry now and the presence of the Kalea. So, the Kalea carry combo.
I agree. It's, kumbaga, ito na yung modern Kajakari. Yung
dati kasi Kajakari.
Dati vintage kasi yun eh. Yung mga antique pa na pero hindi may mga gumagamit ng Kaja ngayon na napapasok pa rin nila, you know? So,
sa RG.
Oo nga, kaso natalo kasi kami noon eh. Sayang. Bawi na lang kami mamaya sa live. Anyway, yung Gatot naman ang pipiliin dito ni JP. So, again, it seems like 3 picks na nakuha ng TLPH are some of the heroes that they usually use.
Oo. Kaya ito yung sinasabi natin, why fix what's something that is not broken para sa TLPH? And to be honest, ito na naman yung bodyguard segment ni JP siya ni Sanford eh.
Yes.
On protecting nga yung main core damage dealer sila dito. It's all about the slow burn later on again for TLPH. Meanwhile, tanggal agad yung Uranus here. And for Smart Omega, they're trying to limit heroes para naman kay Sanji.
Well, kailangan mo din talaga siyang tanggalan ng comfort heroes. Might as well be the Farsa na iban ng Smart Omega.
Or
Harley, yung isa sa mga heroes na pwedeng gamitin ni Carl TZ. So, Farsa's open. Novaria, Louis is an option. The classic Louis Claude plus yung kaya nilang pumunta from point A to point B ng ganun kabilis.
Or pwedeng last na siya, pwedeng Carl Easy Hero muna, no?
Yeah, that
Dami.
is again a possibility. Pero since yung Fredrin and yung Backshine natanggal, wala tayo possibly makikita nga utility dito. But the thing is, Omega can still pick up a jungler. Kumbaga, it depends kung uunahan mo siya, but the mid laner might be a great choice later on since ngayon yung Guinevere ang kanilang pili. So, lipat sila ng perspective. They want to give Carl TZ a hero first.
Okay, so Suyu Leomord is open for Smart Omega unless they're gonna be pulling off an Akai for Ryzen. Full utility will give a lot of objective guarantee. Kung hindi mo kayang i-out-retry, gulangan mo na sa paggamit ng Akai. So that might be an option. Also for James, you get someone that can reach the backline. Lapu, Yuzong. Actually, CC would be a good choice. Knowing na he's up against a Phobius, so maganda yung laning phase towards that. Plus damage output.
Kailangan talaga ma-unleash yung Ultimate Fighter era dito ni James. And you mentioned yung Lapu talaga sa viable option. But the Glue is also great para mag-double down ng pwedeng sumalungat doon sa magiging agos ng TLPH.
That was a quick answer mula dito kay Sanji picking up the Farsa para sa last pick ng Team Liquid Philippines. I feel like this tends to be more of a stable lineup para dito sa Smart Omega. Just looking at the 5 picks, they have early game they have early game snowball sa tulong ng Suyu, and in addition kung sakali na medyo mahirapan sila, they have a carry. Netsuki can be activated right away as long as hindi talaga siya matagusan dito ng Team Liquid Philippines, because that is where it's gonna be a little bit difficult.
Sobrang bilis lang din nung sagot na Farsa na yun kasi hindi nga naglapo or Yuzong, either itong si James. So alam nilang na walang aabot kay Sanji other than the Kalea, and that would explain the Purify na hawak ng isang Farsa plus the Purify from the Claude. Walang magandang target si Perksiva dito than the frontliners of Team Liquid Philippines.
Yup, kasi ang dami pang kailangan pagdaanan nitong si Perks para lang ma-jombag niya yung parasan nitong si Sanji. Pero sa ngayon, kung tutuusin, kahit nga si Teddy at si JP nakagamit na ng Revitalize and even the Purify. So, you would expect for Teddy to come at the right time pagdating nung kanyang Blazing Duet. And I feel like this is going to be the story of this game. Maglalatagan sila ng damage. Not much is gonna be happening except for Carl TZ.
Grabe naman yung pag-bypass doon ni Carl TZ. What a scary situation para kay Perksiva.
Ganun din kasi yung magiging pating niya, pero intercept from Ryzen.
Okay, agang revitalize para kay Daddy JP. Carl TZ out muna with a spatial migration.
And then addition, nagamit na rin ni James yung kanyang flicker. You know, a lot of teams would usually use that.
Grabe yung dedication nila just to take down Carl TZ. Naroon yung first blood para sa Smart Omega. Susundan naman agad nila JP with a kill out to the jungler. Perksiva will go down. May kasama pang recall para kay Sanford.
Alam mo, maganda sana yung intention ng Omega. Nakuha nila si Carl, pero ngayon tablado na.
Grabe.
And then may nawala na namang isa. So it's 3-2 in terms of kills in favor of Liquid.
Nilaban, binawi.
Nilaban, binawi, tas nilaban na naman.
Paulit-ulit eh. Diba nakita natin na lamang na sana yung Omega doon, but then Team Liquid got 2 kills. Nag-even out na naman yung Omega with Mingwin getting Sanji, pero namatay din naman siya on the process. So, bigla nang yung kaninang nakita natin game number 1 na tahimik, nagiging sistema, ngayon ay napakaraming laban na for this game number 2.
Deservingly so. Kasi, again, you would want to activate if you are Team Liquid, gusto mo na ma-activate kaagad itong si Carl and si Sanford. I feel like they are the guys that will pave the way pagdating sa early game nitong Team Liquid Philippines. Pero para naman sa Omega, nakatingin ka kay Ryzen, nakatingin ka rin dito kay James. Yung panggugulo and of course, the durability na aasahan mo mula dito kay James would be something na pwedeng maging advantage dito ng Smart Omega as soon as magsimula na yung pinakaunang turtle ng laban na to. Kaso yung problema, wala pang flicker si Perks at si James. This might be an advantage that Liquid wants to go for.
Pwede, kaya ngayon nilalabas ng pilit ni JP yung
Hinawakan.
turtle sa turtle pit. Hinawakan pero i-reset. They're not yet sure kung saan yung magiging entry point din kasi nila Ryzen.
Alam na nila ngayon, knowing na nandoon lahat sa may bandang baba.
Okay, predicted na nga dyan ng jumping scenario para dito kay Sanford. Pero una pa siyang matatanggal. Sanji canceling out yung Predator Sec instead. Si Mingwin pa ang gagawa nito and JP will fall down in the process. Susunod agad dito na James. Doubling down here on the Carl Easy. Making a triple man setup there. At Turtle with a kill ang makukuha dito ng Omega.
Una na kayo sa pila para sa pagong. Sa amin din naman yan, sabi ng Smart Omega.
Hinayaan lang nila pumuesto eh. The moment that they saw where Team Liquid is coming from, nandun din lahat bigla tumalon. Yung mga members ng Smart Omega because of the stun na meron si Perxiva and even itong si Ryzen with the stun from the Suyu. Sumakto pa na yung kinopya ni Mingwin would be yung ultimate ng isang Farsa to dish out the damage that they need. So for Smart Omega, again, they can keep on doing that na mauna na kayo sa pwesto, kaya namin mag-counter.
And look at the start na ginawa dito ng Smart Omega. Basing it on the replay, as you said, Joshi, it was more than enough after that airstrike.
Talon kung talon eh, nakakuha si Perxiva ng isa. And then eventually, nahatid dun sa mga members ng Smart Omega with Mingwin. Hindi na nakalapit pa yung mga members sa Team Liquid. Plus, their damage is too bursty enough para tanggalin yung full views.
Tsaka maganda yung ginawa doon na trade-off nila Perxiva. Nilabas sila right onto the vicinity ng feathered airstrike ni Sanji. So hindi masyado na maximize yung bomb threat here para sa TL PH. Meanwhile, para sa Smart Omega naman, that's a huge lead agad compared to game number 1.
I mean, if you look at it, 1.9k, 2k na nga ang kalamangan ngayon ng Barangay. All of that with Netski getting the farm that he needs. He is on par with Teddy as of the moment sa pamamagitan nung carry na kanyang hawak. Both of the teams are still gonna find their position. Pero tignan mo, yung tempo nitong si Ryzen, mahahanap niya itong si JP, but JP's too tanky, so hindi niya itutuloy yan. James on the other hand, facing Sanford, and both of the teams really just waiting for the second turtle para mag-spawn bago sila mag-umpisa ng laban. Pero kung sakali na madadat na nila, itong si Teddy na papunta na ngayon, he's still waiting, he's figuring out kung dapat ba niyang tawirin yung ilog. The decision is no, and I guess we'll see both of them at the turtle.
Umiron yung Spider Sense. Pero good thing naman for Teddy, may Purify naman siyang available. And even Sanji. So, again, walang target na maganda ito si Perxiva at that moment other than Cartesi, which happens to be, hindi naman nila nakikita at this point. Pero come turtle, maaaring maulit ang nangyari.
Ito na naman, JP holding on dito sa pagong. Nagtatago pa rin si Carl Tizzy. He knows that he's one of the most viable target. Dahil nga nakapurify ilang mga members. Pero nilatag agad ni Sanji. Yung Predator is going to be Ryzen taking down the turtle. At ngayon, showtime na naman Teddy with a blazing duet. Capitalizing na magkakaroon siya ng magandang report. Kaso nga lang si Perxiva kakancel out lang siya with a tsunami slam. Sanford, flicker out. Abuta pa rin ni James. It's going down. Carl Tizzy going in with space of migration. Hindi siya masyado makakaikot. Instead, sila pa yung ikot paalis. And it's going to be a double kill here for James. That's a 2-for-1 turtle para sa Omega.
Ryzen with a retry. Napanood niya yata yung nangyari nung game number 1. Hindi siya papayag na hindi siya makaretry sa pagkakataon na na naman yung feathered airstrike. But nothing's gonna happen just yet. Doon matatapos ang laban. It's Omega fighting back. Haymaker after haymaker.
Napakalaking bagay nung passive nung Kalea men. Kung hindi Kalea to at kung Kaja to, kanina pa namatay yung members ng Smart Omega. But because of the surge of life, because of their ability to sustain whatever it is on the front line, ay kaya nilang lumaban, kaya nilang patagalin ng patagalin. Umabot pa ka sa puntong, dumating na rin dun si Netski, nagdidish out na rin siya ng damage, and hindi nagmamatter yung chase down ng Team Liquid Philippines dahil nga sa pwede silang i-punish in return ng Smart Omega.
And you also have to give props para dito kay Mingwin, who always finds Sanji in these positions? Kasi nabanggit nyo kanina, baka mahirapan ang Smart Omega na hanapin itong si Sanji. Lalo na yung frontline ng cavalry ay itong Gatot Kacha and of course si Sanford that seems to be yung panggulo ng kupunan ng Team Liquid. Pero kahit ganun pa man, Penguin still finds a way para makopya yung feathered airstrike para makapag-dish out ng damage.
And that's a perfect opportunity dahil maganda rin yung connection ni James Minguin and as well as dito nga ni Perxiva capitalizing the surge of life. Pero ngayon, buhay din ang kataya ko sakaling mali ang magigisilip doon nila Netsky. But before so, it's going to be the last turtle na kanilang pagtatalunan.
Mga nakaramdam itong si Sanji just dishing out the damage para dito kay Ryzen. So kakailanganin niya muna na magpunta doon sa green minion just so he can get enough HP. Pero sa kabila!
Oh! It's going to be Teddy taken down! At ngayon, Yuris ay take ni Sanford jumping on to Minguin. It's going to be a 1-4-1 pero hindi matapasan lahat. AOG tatama sa tatlo! It's going to be Smart Omega na medyo malulugi yata kasi matatanggal na rin si Ryzen. Double kill for Sanford. Sansan 2 is activated! Minguin is scored down as well. And dito yung grab with the spread. Pero going to be go down here para kay James. Aabutan pa rin ng Dark Wave dito nila Sanford. It's a stampede, ladies and gentlemen.
My goodness! Yung revitalize nitong si JP, nagtipon silang lahat doon. Heal galore para sa Liquid.
Kung may Surge of Life yung Kalaya, may revitalize si JP. And hindi lang yon, na-maximize pa nila, napapunta sa Lord.
Okay, ngayon may nag-aabang na Netsky. Pero they wouldn't risk na basta nilang pumasok dahil 5 miyembro na Calvary nakaba. Pero it's going to be Carty with the Barrier. Grab cancel lang maganda. QT sinusunod na naman na tsunami. Sinundan agad ang follow-up dito ni Netsky. Pero mabubuhay pa rin siya.
Quick BMI para makatakas ng mabilis. Wala man na kung Fury, I still have a way to escape.
And we're looking at Team Liquid Philippines quickly adjusting to what happened doon sa mga clash na nauna sa game na to. Nung hindi nag-layer yung mga skills nila, talon ng AOG, Dark Wave ni Sanford, talon ni Carl TZ, nakuha ng Smart Omega yung kalamangan. And it is what is bound to happen if hindi nila magagawa yung requirement na yon. The moment na kumonekta yung kombong gustong mangyari ng Team Liquid Philippines, dun na sila nakabawi. That has been the turning point na kahit pa nauna yung feathered airstrike ni Sanji dun sa mid lane, okay lang kasi may damage naman sila eh.
And because of that, sila na ngayon ang may hawak ng gold lead. Isa-isa na rin nilang pinapabagsak ang mga tore ng barangay. Focus tayo dito sa may gitna and yan din ang isa sa magiging kasama patungo doon. Pinapaligiran na nila ang purple objective. Isang tore, muli ang kanilang napatumba. This is now Team Liquid Philippines na namamahay unti-unti sa barangay Smart Omega as they now have 1,000 gold lead.
Biglang pumunta sa side ng Team Liquid Philippines yung kalamangan with just one clash na nakapag-slide sila papunta sa isang main objective which is that Lord. Kasi sana nung abang na ginawa ni, ni Netsky, but unfortunately for them, alam din ng Team Liquid Philippines na baka may nag-aabang doon. So, naging malinis ang galaw ng Team Liquid Philippines over the past 2 minutes na nagdaan.
Yep, pauwi na lang sila. Nagkaroon pa na magandang takedown doon ang Team Liquid. Kasi to be honest about, ganun na yung ruta nila eh. They've already gotten the Lord. So might as well ngayon ay kailangan muna nilang maghinay-hinay if you're Smart Omega.
Pwesto na naman ang TL towards this orange objective. At mukhang makukuha na naman yan itong si Carl TZ. Now they're starting to starve. Ang Smart Omega pagdating sa kanilang mga jungle objectives. Lipat tayo sa purple. Wala nang paraan si Ryzen para kunin yan. Still has a retribution pero karamihan dun sa mga buffs ay unti-unting nawala.
Lahat ng pwedeng kunin ng Team Liquid Philippines ay nakuha na nila. For Smart Omega to actually bounce back is kailangan makahanap sila ng isang magandang pick of courtesy of Perxiva. Mauna sa mga pwesto kung saan pupunta doon ang Team Liquid Philippines. Dito papasok yung sinasabi natin na maaaring alam niya yung tendencies ng Team Liquid.
Here, the moment ay nabitawan na kagad.
Okay, it's going to be James. Doubling down here onto Sanford. Na madadapat pa na tsunamis lang agad dito ni Perxiva. Makakarating na kanyang position pero the damage is just too much for Brandon. Magkakaroon ng counterplay agad dito ang Smart Omega. Meanwhile, boy pa rin naman sila Teddy and Carteezy chasing down Netsky. At pati na rin si Minguin ngayon na babagsak na agad. It's going to be a 4-man takedown. At si James na lang ang matitira.
Si James the lone fighter ng Smart Omega. They still have an energy shield, so posible na mamatagal pa nila ang laban na to. But again, another team fight na naipanalo ng Cavalry.
Sobrang crucial nung talon na yon mula kay Carl TZ. Getting Netski in the process. And as we look at the instant replay,
wow,
trabaho naman ni James talaga na sumilip dyan. Ang ganda rin naman ng follow-up, but for Netski, na biglang matalunan ni Carl TZ, look at that targeting. Wala na siyang way para makatakas doon, and may damage nga kasi ang Team Liquid kaya kanilang i-burst.
That's just, again, the mastery of using the Guinevere. Kumbaga, hindi na bale kung sino pa yung ibang mga gusto mong targets. As long as you find the one, as long as you find Netski, kaya mo nang maipanalo itong team fight. And that was also Mingwin quite isolated dun sa senaryo na yun, kaya hindi rin siya nakapag-dish out ng full-on damage. This is now TLPH building up their lead patungo sa 5,000. And Smart Omega will have to work their way around this. Wala na yung mga energy shields. Almost 13 minutes in. The Lord is marching at the mid lane. At plano yatang pasabayin or pagsabayin ng Omega ito.
Open yung flicker ni Perxiva. Maaaring maging factor yon. Sanji or even Teddy, alam niyang may purify yon. Malis din sa pwesto, maaaring maghanap ng susunod na target.
Okay, alam din ni Teddy yung viability na yon kung kaya naman chinek agad nila each and every bush sa paligid ng base ng Smart Omega. Matutunaw naman nila agad yung lure na dinala dito ng Cavalry. It's going to be a concealed play. It's going to be James being caught onto the cross cover. The Valorant Game agad dito para kay Carl Easy. Jumping onto the backline agad dito. Sila Teddy, pati si Sanford.
Oh my gosh!
Nakalaban na yung mga members. AOG para kay Daddy JP. May iwan siya sa apat. Naku po, pati yung Mortati matatanggal na rin. And there's no way out but to go down. A Smart Omega successfully defends their base.
For a moment, we thought that Liquid had it, pero Omega nananatiling nakatayo ang inhibitor sa bot lane.
Napakagandang decision from Smart Omega na dalhin yung team fight to where there is the turret. If that team fight happened on the mid lane, could have been another way around. Maaring Team Liquid yung nanalo doon, but because that's inside the turret, kahit pa i-juggle ng Team Liquid, yung damage ng turret, nahihirapan pa rin sila dahil masakit na rin yun. Plus, yung pasok ni Teddy Cutie with that Wind of Nature, that was also good. But unfortunately for him, hindi niya rin kayang patayin si Netski doon sa ginawa niya. Wala pang Wind Chant, wala pang Wind of Nature doon si Netski. Hindi niya napatay. Iyon yung kayang gawin ni Netski over sa kayang gawin ng Claude, because the Claude must have to dive. Pero yung carry, hindi niya kailangan mag-dive. Kahit sinong nasa harap, okay na yun.
Napakarami nung ginawa ng TLPH kanina para lang sana mapagbagsak yung inhibitor turret. But the problem was, yung main objective nila na gustong patumbahin na si Netski. Sana makikita nila, pero yung kanilang conceal, tila walang nakita ang barangay towards the surge na gusto nilang gawin, because the full 5-man roster of the Cavalry ay nasa kabilang banda ng mapa.
Didikit-dikit na rin eh. Yun na yung best way to counter a pick-of-centric type of lineup.
Sila
Magsama-sama
naman.
Okay, it's their turn. At ngayon, ora mismo, nandun agad ang ultimate coming from Carl Easy. James ay mapapatay agad. Right on cue, may Lord pa naman na mabubuhay.
-1 para sa Smart Omega. Now, Team Liquid sets their sights patungo dito sa Lord at mukhang bibitawan na nila to. Walang barangay na nakapaligid sa Lord Pit. It's Team Liquid Philippines taking another Lord.
Ganun sana din ang plano ng Smart Omega doon to get a possible pick-off. Unfortunately, wala silang nakitang member ng Team Liquid. Pero for Team Liquid naman, sila yung may nakita. Nakita nila si James. And for them, kaya na ng layer ng crowd control. Yung Taunt from the Gatot Katsa, yung talon mula kay Carl TC, plus yung Violet Requiem, enough na yon para maging oras para kay Teddy na tapusin o patayan kung sino man yung mahuhuli ng Team Liquid Philippines.
Paisa-isa na agad yung mga pick-up, pero sobrang crucial nung nagiging epekto sa mapa natin. Yung course, napitas yung isa. Pero yung epekto, Lord, and a possible stampede yet again na nagbabadya para sa Team Liquid Philippines at may nagtatagong Ryzen. Hindi naman makikita agad nila Carl TZ. He's clearing off the last bits of the minion. Pero kailangan niya niyang umuwi dahil yung Lord ay mamarcha na sa base ng Smart Omega.
Gusto nila maka-atake, and then it's gonna be an airstrike para at least makapag-dish out ng damage doon. And all of a sudden, umahampas na naman yung Lord.
Okay, tinutunaw na pilit nila James dito yung Lord na dala-dala na Team Liquid Philippines. AOG out for JP. Meanwhile, disiplina muna ang sinashowcase dito na Smart Omega. Hindi ipipilit ng Team Liquid na tapusin ang laban.
I mean, hindi napigilan ni Ryzen yung pagbagsak ng inhibitor turret sa may bandang ibaba. But what he managed to stop was a continuous effort mula dito sa Team Liquid Philippines na posibleng tapusin ang laban na to kung sakaling nandun yung minion wave.
Andun din kasi yung respeto ng Team Liquid because of that ultimate mula kay Persiva. Maaaring makakuha ng isang magandang target. And if ever, kaya nang burahin ni Netsky. May damage na siya. We've seen that against JP na kung wala siyang AOG doon, malamang sa malamang ipaalam doon sa Gatot Kacha. So may kakayahan na ang Smart Omega na pumalag ngayon kahit pa hindi na sila mag-dive doon sa likod. Kailangan lang nilang ulit-ulitin, tiisin lang up to a point na sila na mismo ay kaya ng lumaban at kumontest for the Lord. Kasi for Team Liquid, yun na lang din yung hinihintay. Another objective, yun ang nagiging call.
And in addition, kung para sa Team Liquid, ang call is for another Lord. For Omega, it's probably another defense. Kasi sa ngayon, nakuha na naman yung purple objective. You still have the orange kung ikaw ang Smart Omega. So at least merong matitira para dito kay Ryzen or kay Netsky kung sakaling siya man ang kukuha niyan. But for James and even kay Perks, magiging malaking question kung papaano nila i-approach yung initiation na posibleng gawin sa kanila nitong Team Liquid Philippines. Kasi bukod sa kailangan nilang protektahan itong si Netsky at si Mingwin, kailangan din nilang humanap ng pupunteryahin nila gaya ng -1 na ginawa sa kanila kanina.
Again, pwedeng puhunanan yung mga ganong klaseng bagay. James, kailangan niya munang maglubay sa mga face check na ganyan kasi again, 2 beses na siyang nadadali ng mga face check niya. At pwede siyang bigyan ngayon. Correct yung Dark Wave.
Kakasabi lang. Approach with caution kung ikaw si James.
Pero ito yung difference sa ngayon. It's now a full 5-man effect para sa Smart Omega. Hindi nawala itong si James. And also, yung inhibitor na nawala sa kanila is still manageable kasi nandun naman sa bandang ibaba. So they can handle the super minions. But the question is, with Liquid already positioning themselves right there, anong gagawin ng barangay?
At ngayon, nag-aabang lang din sila. Malapit naman sa vicinity na may member sa Smart Omega si James. Kaso nga lang problema, inunahan agad sila dito ng DL PH. Sanford going over the Dark Wave. At dito na agad ang kanilang stampede onto the member ng Smart Omega. Carl TZ leading the charge. It's Mingwin and Ryzen dito sa pinakabase. Habang si James naman ay sasanib. Kakapit kay Teddy pero ngayon kakapitan na rin siya. Hindi na basta malalagpasin pa. Immortality na pop off. It's going to be a sure kill para dito sa DLPH. Rakasana naman ang ginagawa sa gasa dito nila Carl and Sanford. But it's going to be Sanji taken down here by Ryzen. Pumapalag. Lumalaban yung dalawa.
May pag-asa pa rin para sa barangay na itulak nila palayo. Ang cavalry na posibleng magsilbing kalbaryo ng barangay. Pero ganun pa man, they live to fight another day. Mukhang si Ryzen gumugusto, si Mingwin papalag pa. Pero hinarap sila ni JP.
They're risking it all. Kaso yung Lord, hindi na nila maabot ang pambuhay pa dahil kukunin na to ng TLPH.
What a call mula sa Liquid. What a defend mula dito sa Smart Omega. Pero Cavalry, they are still holding on to this.
Crucial misposition mula kay Netsky before even that Lord. Napunish agad siya ng mabilis yung huli factor na meron si Sanford. Even committing those flickers, even committing those jumps para lang maabot yung carry, yung nananatiling problema nila doon sa frontline na wala, kaya naman nanalo doon ng Team Liquid Philippines. But then now, another base siege.
Okay, mas crucial yung magiging depensa dito na Smart Omega. JP na pump up agad yung immortality. Makakatakas mo ba siya? Mukhang hindi. It's going to be a free hit here para kay Netsky. Great targeting. Mawawala na rin ang immortality para kay Sanford by Ipit. It's going to be a shutdown kill. 2 members down here for the TLPH. At makakadepensa successfully ang Smart Omega.
Nananatiling nakatayo ang barangay kahit na ilang beses kumatok ang Liquid.
Inuunti-unti lang, and again, we're talking about Netsky here. Kapag wala siya, ang bilis mag-crumble ng formation ng Smart Omega, ang bilis ma-penetrate ng Team Liquid Philippines. But when Netsky is alive, this is gonna happen. Hindi tumatagal ng 5 segundo kung sino nasa frontline. May it be Sanford, may it be JP, libre. Yung spasyong nakukuha ni Netsky all throughout, okay na sa kanya yun eh. Hanggat buhay siya, buhay ang barangay.
Tol, kahibla yung diferensya ng AOG mula dito sa dash na ginawa ni Netsky. It would have turned out to be a different story pero hindi ganun ang magiging kaso dahil yung Omega, sila naman ngayon ang humahanap ng opensa para kahit papano ay mapababa ang kalamangan in terms of gold, but we are already 65,000. At least for both of the teams, posibleng hindi na nga mag-matter yung mga items sa ngayon.
Yes.
It's only gonna be a matter of time kung paano lumapapalag to.
Ito yung mas magmamatter kung matutunan ba agad si JP. It's going to be AOG out. Makakasurvive. Yung nag-guitar doon ni Persiva. Instead sila pa yung maipit. Magbabackfire pa yung ginawa nilang depensa doon. Meanwhile, si James, isasama sa base ng PH. There's no way out. Dahil sasaraduhan na rin yan ni Teddy. Pero Ryzen caught on the crossfire.
Oh, wait!
Nakakaligtas pa rin naman. Winter Crown activated here para kay Sanford. They're going down pa rin doon sa kamay ni Ryzen. Pumapalag pa rin dito sila Ryzen with a double kill. Chiso now ni Netsky. Pabagsak pa rin yung Feathered Earthstrike. Ryzen the only man left. Winter Crown is there. But this is it. A triple kill for Sanji and a win for Team Liquid Philippines.
Isang laban ang nagdikta. Sinubukang suwayin ang barangay pero ang cavalry mananatili sa itaas.
Sinasabi na natin, hanggat buhay si Netsky, buhay ang barangay, but Sanji finds a way to target the man they need to target. That crucial feathered airstrike.
Oh my goodness! Again, an incredible effort mula sa parehas na kupunan. We saw Smart Omega fight through it, Perks and Carl TZ. Of course, those were his former teammates. We saw him giving props to everybody. Maganda ang ipinakita ng Liquid, but of course, we cannot discount the effort na ibinigay ng Smart Omega over, especially in that game number 2. They may have gotten swept today, pero hindi ibig sabihin nun that there's nothing to look forward to. Marami silang natutunan sa laban na ito for sure.
They went toe-to-toe against Team Liquid Philippines. Nandun na sa punto na kaya nating sabihin talamang na yung Omega do sa point na yon. Hirap na rin sila kapag nandyan si Netsky. Hirap na sila kapag natutunaw na yung frontline. Nagastos yung mga flickers, nagastos yung mga ultimates, may mga winter crowns and immortalities present. Pero hindi nila na-answer yung fact na kahit malayo man si Sanji, abot niya pa rin si Netsky.
Sakto, no, right on cue. Sa climax pa nung laro, pagbagsak, nag-slow mo yung mundo ng pagbagsak ng Feathered Earthstrike eh. Sakto pa kay Netsky.
This was again a moment for probably Smart Omega to reflect on, but for Team Liquid Philippines, they're just riding on the momentum na nakuha nila over the last 2 weeks. The break didn't change them. They're continuously changing the game. Here are the winners.
The stampede continues for Team Liquid Philippines! And what a game to end our day 1 of week 3, 2-0 and Sanji. We want to know, bago yung timpla nyo this season, paano nyo napapanatili na ganun yung performance nyo game after game?
Siguro, mas nagpo-focus na kami ngayon sa scrim, di katulad dati na bara-bara lang kami sa scrim, ganun. So, siguro mas magiging consistent kami this season.
Hindi namin in-expect na bara-bara lang kayo sa scrim dahil iba talaga yung performance na nakikita namin sa inyo on stage, Sanji. Pero gusto ko ngayon tanungin, si Daddy JP. JP, dun sa game 2 na yun, parang nabibigyan ka pero nung huling moment, alam nyo na ba na kayang tapusin nyo ng minions nyo?
Ano po, hindi po. Kasi nag-focus kami sa clash eh. Magti-teamfight na rin kami, ganun.
So nagulat din kayo na ganun yung naging outcome yung game 2 na yun. Wow, grabe lahat kami na surpresa with that result. But right now, I wanna talk to Carl TZ. Carl, kanina, before tayo mag-start, chinek namin yung beats per minute kung kinakabahan ba kayo with your Infinix watch. And mababa yung naging resulta. I think that's 50 to 60 BPM. So sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, ang average po natin ay umaabot ng 100 BPM. Hindi ka ba talaga kinakabahan sa mga ganitong matchup kahit may familiar ka na dating teammate?
Hindi naman po. Pero pag bago mag-start. Pero pag nasa in-game na kasi talaga nakapokus na ako sa game eh.
So wala, nalilimutan mo lahat ng mga ganong factors.
Focus na.
Ano masasabi mo kanina? Kasi pinagdasal daw ni Persiva na humina kayo ngayon. Feel mo ba humina kayo?
Hindi po. Tingin ko lumakas lang sila.
Oh! Acknowledged pa rin ang kalaban.
And of course, meron pa silang susunod na games. And Teddy, makakaharap nyo ang former TLPH gold laner. Ano yung mga paghahanda nyo at ano ang mensahe mo para sa kanya?
Yung preparation po namin, focus lang sa screen. Focus lang talaga sa screen. Kasi yun lang po talaga yung preparation namin.
Talagang focus.
Sabi ko sa
screen.
TNC, good luck.
Good luck.
Medyo magkapangalan pa nga kayo yung dati mong IGN. Wala ka na bang cutie sa IGN mo ngayon? Tingin mo ba mas malakas yung may cutie o wala?
Yung wala po.
Yung wala.
Yung wala ng cutie.
Okay, makakaharap niya yung may cutie bukas. And let's now see kung sino nga ba ang MVP in this match. Who do you think it is?
And the MVP of this match is Carl TZ!
Wow! Carl TZ, nakaharap nyo ngayon ang Smart Omega. Sabi mo nga, feel mo lumakas sila. Pero ang alam namin, malakas pa rin talaga ang sigawan ng The Cavalry. Ano ba ang gusto mo sabihin sa lahat ng sumuporta sa inyo?
Thank you sa laging pag-support nyo. Kahit na laging sinasabi top 8 secured, thank you sa laging pag-support.
And with that, you may now take a bow and take your victory walk.
Once again, give it up for Team
Liquid Philippines!
A 2-0 sweep with their new set of jersey and jacket. Napakagandang tingnan for TLPH. Looking good para sa Week 3.
And grabe, napakaraming back and forth with that defense and Lord clashes. And we'll get to know more as we throw this back to the casters.
Ako, kinakabahan na siguro ngayon yung nagsabi ng top 8. Sino ba kasi nagsabi nun?
Ako,
Bakit
wala
ba
ko
kasi
alam.
kayo nagsasabi ng ganun?
Sino ba kasi yung nag-post man o nagsabi nun?
Baka kasi baliktad niya,
Baka
tinignan yung
baliktad lang yung
standings.
camera.
okay
Hindi
din.
naka-auto-rotate eh. Di ba? Hindi natin alam. Baka mali lang talaga yung kita niya. Pero men, sigurado akong hindi pang top 8 yung performance nila because they ate and served in this game. Sanji being the MVP.
Being the one that removed the problem para sa mga members ng Team Liquid Philippines. Yes, mahirap nang mag-deal with a carry na full item na sobrang laya sa pwesto. But because of this man, because of him being a casual threat doon sa positioning ng isang carry, yes, alam natin malikot ang carry, pero hindi ganun kataas yung range niya over other marksmen. And etong si Sanji, napakataas ng range to a point na hindi siya delikado, abot pa niya yung carry.
Yeah, I mean, there were even some times na, kahit papano si Netsky nakakuha siya ng kill, na-outplay niya si Teddy in some certain scenarios. But again, another point of emphasis is yung range na nabanggit nga ni Joshi. Because again, you can't start a team fight just like this. Diba? Wala si Nets dito. This was a full-on fight na willing i-take ng Team Liquid Philippines with Omega left to answer for nothing.
At sobrang ganda actually lagi ng formation dito ng TLPH onto focusing onto very core important heroes or Smart Omega. You're right about that smart targeting here. And not only him but also yung ganinang ginawa nila JP and even Sanford laying down their immortalities just so mabait lalong lumalim yung Smart Omega.
So ako ikaw si Netsky dito, hindi rin worth it na mag-pure ka sa talon ng Gwyn and whatsoever kasi sunod-sunod yung crowd control. Imagine, ang una mong kailangan iwasan, yung initial engage ng Farsa, yung initial ulti. Tapos may tumatalon pang Phobius na ikaw yung target, may tumatalon pang AOG na ikaw din yung target, plus may Carl TZ din na sa'yo nakatingin. So ang dami mong iiwasan. And there were times na naiwasan lahat yun ni Netsky, lahat yun naggalawan niya, pero yung dulo kung saan pinakakailangan na mabuhay siya, doon siya nadali ni Sanji.
Napansin ko lang na winning moment, wala nga sila sa picture eh. Kasi inevitable na rin, it's also enough to buy time para magkaroon ng wave ng minion na tumapo sa laban.
And sinabi rin kanina ni na JP na hindi nga nila ina-expect because they were hyper-focused on the clash, which again, they eventually won dahil nga napabagsak nila si Netsky nung dulong parts ng ating laban. It was more about Team Liquid Philippines having enough artillery para mapabagsak itong si Nets because we know that Netsky is a guy na magaling talaga in terms of mechanics pagdating sa gold lane matchups. It's just that there was so much na kailangan niyang iwasan. Napakarami ng kailangan niyang problemahin. And yung mga tanky members ng Smart Omega, wala na doon para protektahan siya kasi nabuwag na ng Team Liquid.
Masakit din naman kasi yung percent health damage na binibigay ng isang Claude. And also, looking at the fact na the most common counters na ginagawa ng teams na kapag may kalabang Kalea Carry or Kalea Beatrix ay yung paggamit o ng mga heroes na pwede mong bigyan ng Purify. And that's the Farsa and that's the Claude. Walang magandang target si Perxiva nung early game. Magkakaroon lang siya ng magandang target kapag buo na yung item si Netsky. Pag umabot sa puntong, sige kahit sino kaya na pwede nang bigyan yung Gatot Kacha, even yung full views, and it required a lot of time for Smart Omega na magawa yon o na mabuo yon. Unfortunately for them, yung oras na nagdaan, nakalamang na ang Team Liquid.
Again, it was just a solid effort mula sa Smart Omega, but they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board in this one. Yung kanilang preparations towards the week break ay nakita naman natin ng bahagya. They tried out something new or they tried out something different again, which is the Hanabi, pero hindi nga lang gumana yon. Now, they adjusted the lineup. Pagdating nung game number 2, it still didn't work because of how Team Liquid was performing at mananatili po na undefeated pa rin in terms of matches ang Team Liquid Philippines at mananatili sila na nasa itaas ng ating standings. But to know more about how the plays have happened, tingnan natin ngayon ang ating mic check.
Pare. Tingnan. Ulti Carry. Paubos na. Ayun, kaya ka sila. Nakambo. Patay. Kaya pa rin. Okay na. Tara glue. Ayan, antayin lang ko. Part out ka. Get out sa loko. Cancel. Pakiko. Ano ba kami? Resetted mamaya. Nakambo si Ryzen, hindi ko alam kaninong skill. Kaya. Nagulti lang dito. Ba tayo, pre? Pit kaya. Tara. Basta ka rin. Saan ka? Kaya, lagot ka na, Kari. Ay, buhat ako. Diyan ako. Makasabit sa akin, pre, Kari sa akin. Kari. Nagulti mo naman. Kaya pa. Nice G! Nista ko yan. Counter curl. Di makapalo yung Kari, pre. Wala, kahit tayo niya pasabugin niya doon. Di naman natin. Pangarapan, ulti Kari, pre. Chill nga. Pangarapan lang. Gulo mo na, Pabak. Game-top nila. Lalo. Ulti Kari, kaya yan. Kaya. Imo. Kaya. Sa akin nga, Kari, sapay ko, Kari, boy. Kaya. Ulti Kari, gisa yan. Nice game. Nice boy. Tapos na.
You just literally have to appreciate kahit sila, nagulat sila, natapos na. Tapos na pala. Pero in addition, you have to love na iisa sila nang iniisip. Alam mo yun, pag sinabi nilang kaya to, lahat sila sasabihin kaya to. Kahit na magmukha silang sirang plaka sa kakasabi ng kaya to, kaya to eh.
Diba? Tignan nyo kung how many times nabanggit yung Kari nun sa laban na yun. Kari, umulti yung Kari, wala nang dash Kari. Paulit-ulit, alam nila kung sino yung target nila.
Di kineri ng Kari ang pagkakataon na yun. But again, it was Team Liquid Philippines sweeping the second match of today. If you think you have what it takes to run the show with eProject Esports for everyone, we're going to be giving you the power to bring the MPL energy to your own local community.
That's right. Participants can get exclusive access to tournament modes, free in-game items, and even diamonds. Just head on over to ph-mpl.com/eproject to start your application.
It's time to turn that passion into action. Visit our website for more information.
Kasi napakarami po ng mga manlalaro na dyan din nagsisimula sa mga community-organized tournaments. And malay nyo, ma-discover din namin kayo later on. Pero guys, paubos na ang tickets sa bakbakan ng AP Bren at Twisted Minds Philippines sa darating na April 11. Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Bumili na kayo ngayon via the official MPL PH page and website. That's ph.mpl.com mpl.com/tickets. Search nyo lang yan, makikita nyo kaagad at irerekta nyo na kayo doon sa pagbili ng ticket. Kasi sa ngayon, tinatawagan naman namin lahat ng ating mga super fans. You can stay updated on all things MPL PH and connect with the most passionate community in esports. You can join the MPL Philippines official Facebook group, the Super Fan channel, and the MLBB official Discord.
Get your all-access pass exclusive content, the latest news and community discussions. Lead the conversation and have a chance to be featured as our Super Fan of the Month.
Be part of the MPL PH family. Scan the QR code on your screen and join the conversation. See you there!
Nandun pala. Ang layo pala sa akin. Sabi ko, nasanay kasi ako nagkaganon ako eh. Pero wala, medyo malayo. Pero men, hindi nagkalayo yung naging resulta ng ating dalawang matches for today. It is, of course, looking at our Infinix standings for Week 3, Day 1, Team Liquid still staying on top. Tumaas ang Falcons, tumaas din ang Onyx, and AP Bren is gonna have to find a way to get their groove going dahil bumaba sila ngayon sa 5th spot.
Parehas nagmadali ang TLPH at ang Onyx Philippines sa kanilang mga serye. Both of them giving us sweeps. And TLPH, kailan mababangasan ang Team Liquid?
So far, no, nakita naman natin yung consistency and the huge shout-out nga ni Carl TZ sa mga nag-doubt. Kung biniligtad, pwede. Pero
Baka nga
ngayon,
baliktad talaga.
sa tamang anlandas, nakikita rin natin yung transition sa community natin ng MPL Superfans.
And of course, you're looking at the Infinix Pansik Laban, ang Pasik Laban ng ating mga MPL Superfans bago po magsimula ang mga laban for today. It's Auroras and Sonics that are still undefeated in this current season. The Cavalry only losing one, and it's Green Falcons, the Phoenix Army, and the Mines are looking for their first victory. Hopefully, makuha na nila yan later on.
Matindi rin eh, no? 4-0. Samantalang tayo, nung naglaro tayo sa RG, 7-9.
7-9. 7-9, parang sana, tumigil na tayo nung 4-1.
4-1 na, 4-6 pa.
Low-key pa.
Sana tumigil na kami ng 4-1. Minsan guys, kailangan nyo matutunan kung paano tumigil pag kailangan nyo ng kumain ng plato, kumain ng charger, huminga, lalo na pag lose streak kayo. Kayo nang bahala dyan, men. But in behalf of Joshi Cakes and Athena, my name is Hans Galeria. Maraming salamat po for being with us here. Ipapatuloy namin kayo sa aming mga hosts.
What a comeback! Dalawang matitinding matchups ang nasaksihan natin today at kitang-kita naman kung sinong team ang magsasabi ng laban-laban o bawi-bawi.
Talaga namang pinalaki ng mga sex bomb ang palaban sa loob ng Land of Dawn. Kaya naman kung nabitin kayo sa ating mga aksyon, huwag kayong aalis dahil bukas ay masasaksihan naman natin ang
Super Fan Saturday! At syempre, bukas 3 matchups ang masasaksihan natin.
Kaya naman, aabangan namin kayo lahat at maraming salamat sa pagsama sa amin.
Ako si Thea.
And this is your very own Odin.
At bukas, masasaksihan natin ang 3 maang matchups. Ito lang ang tahanan ng pinakamalalakas, ang MPL Philippines Season 17. Palag na to! Get out!
17th season of MPL Philippines is brought to you by the following sponsors. Infinix, the official gaming phone partner, the power behind every Madlang gamer. Smart, the simply reliable connectivity partner of the MPL. Our partner in esports, Clear Men. And our strategic partners, TT Racing, Fairy, and SIP. Don't miss any MPL action by following our official Facebook and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow MPL PH on TikTok for more content. Experience the lakas ng Pinas of MPL PH Season 17 live at Victoria Sports Tower. Grab your tickets now via the official MPL PH website. MPL Philippines is monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusement Board.